This 2021 PIAA Football Championship on PCN is brought to you in part by Alvernia University, Carndine Design Flooring, American Dairy Association Northeast, and by Wise Markets. The following is a PCN Sports presentation.
From Hershey, PCN, the Pennsylvania Cable Network, presents the 2021 PIAA Football Championships. Tonight, the 5A title game. The District 7 champ Penn-Trafford Warriors at 12-2 take on the District 12 champion Imhotep Charter Panthers, coming in at 11-1. A very pleasant good evening to you and welcome to Hersheypark Stadium. Steve Degler along with former Penn Stater Brandon Noble. A very intriguing matchup. Penn-Trafford is in its 50th season of high school football. It's the first time the Warriors have made their way to a state championship game. A bit of old hat on the other side. Imhotep Charter is making its 6th appearance here since 2013.
Yeah, and Penn-Trafford's got to overcome that tonight. It's a huge deal to be here to play for a state title, but they don't want to just play for a state title. So it's the biggest stage of their entire lives, their football lives. Getting over those nerves in the first quarter against a very, very good Imhotep team that's been here many times. Now, it hasn't always gone the way that they wanted, so they want to get that bad taste out of their mouth, but it is a great matchup. Two really, really good teams tonight.
Imhotep has won just one of its previous 5 appearances here in Hershey, so a huge challenge for Penn-Trafford. The head coach is John Ruane. He is in season number 12. His 108 victories are the most in school history, just 30 losses. This is a team that lost 24 seniors from last year's squad, and they started this year 2-2 and have rolled off 10 consecutive wins since then. He has a very special two-way player in Cade Yakimelli.
Yeah, Yakimelli's definitely how this team goes, right? The 173 rushes, they're going to feed him the ball, averaging 10.2, 23 touchdowns. He's going to Wisconsin. He plays strong safety too, so he's going to be on the field all night, which is what you want from your best guy. Not sure what he's going to play when he gets there.
New coach for Imhotep Charter since the last time the Panthers made it to Hershey. Devin Johnson is in his 2nd year. They did not play last fall. Their season was in the spring of 2021, and they won all 4 of those games. So he is 15-1, and he has done it this fall with defense, Brandon. They're allowing just 5.4 points per game, and the strength, the defensive ends, Keon Wiley and Enai White.
Yeah, White and Wiley right here. You see him. White has 8 sacks. Wiley has 9 sacks. These are some of the best DNs in the country that we're going to watch play tonight. And they've got to play disciplined football against this running attack from Penn-Trafford. Coach Johnson talked about it. It's not a sack night. It's a tackle for loss night. And they've got to anchor the line of scrimmage to win.
Let's take a look at where these two teams are located. Opposite ends of the state. Penn-Trafford in western Pennsylvania, Harrison City in Westmoreland County. School was opened in 1972 as a merger of Penn Joint High School and Trafford High School. Meanwhile, Imhotep Charter is on North 21st Street in the city of Philadelphia. Out of District 12, it's an African-centered science, math, and technology learning center that opened in 1998 and his first football team in 2004. Not an easy path to Hershey when you look at the bracket in 5A. The top half, Imhotep, won the Philadelphia Public League, then took down Father Judge for the District 12 championship. Their old nemesis, Cathedral Prep, they have met several times here in the state final game. It was Imhotep Charter winning in the quarterfinals this year, beating District 1 Strathaven in the semifinals last week to return to Hershey. Bottom half of the bracket coming out of the WPIAL, Pine Richland, team very familiar with people here in Hershey. Many trips to Hersheypark Stadium. Then Moon in the championship game. They beat Exeter Township out of District 3 in the semifinals to get here after Exeter upset fellow Berks County team Governor Mifflin in the quarters. Mifflin was number 1 in the state, unbeaten. Penn State found Nick Singleton on that team, but then they fell last week to Penn-Trafford as the Warriors get here for the first time. So a very, very deep bracket in 5A. Many thought Governor Mifflin would be here. Exeter pulled that upset, and then Penn-Trafford getting its first trip to Hershey with the win in the semifinals.
Yeah, no, first trip to Hershey, but really you want to get that win right here. That's what this is all about. Championship football. To win this game will mean so much for both of these squads. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight.
So the 5A championship game here in Hershey. Let's go down to the field for our coin toss and national anthem.
Captains are meeting us field captains for Imhotep Charter, number 1, Keelan Wiley. Number 6, Eli White. Number 7, Maurice Beverly. Number 9, Jimmy Reyes. For Penn-Trafford, number 6, Kate Giacomelli. Number 8, Carter Green. Number 19, Jack Jolie. Number 50, Declan Ojadowski.
Penn-Trafford has won the toss. They have elected to receive. Imhotep Charter will kick off and defend the scoreboard. Guys, have a great game. Have some fun today.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise as we honor our country with a performance of the Star Spangled Banner. Ladies and gentlemen, the Penn-Trafford High School Marching Band.
Penn-Trafford will get the football to get things underway. They had a police escort from Heinz Field back to school after they won the district championship for the first time. They had a big send-off at school today before making the trip here to Hershey. And look at that turnout on the far side. Lots of support for this Warriors team that makes its first state championship appearance.
Yeah, I mean, it's something special, and these guys know it. Again, there's definitely some anxiety, some nerves over there on the other side, and there should be. This is a big deal. To play for a championship is something really special. To win a championship in football is really, really hard to do. You know, I see sometimes, especially, you know, in Hershey, you see guys like Southern Columbia come here and win, you know, 5, 6, 10, however many they won, and you take it for granted a little bit. Like when you get an opportunity to win one of these things, it is absolutely special.
And there's got to be hunger for Imhotep. I mentioned they've been here a lot, but the last 3 times they were in this game, they lost to that Cathedral Prep team that they beat earlier in the tournament this year.
Yeah, and that was a good win for them, right, coming into this, because you kind of exercise the demon there, and you get here, you got a new opponent, something fresh. Sometimes it's just that mental block, right, of, man, here we go again. But now they got Penn-Trafford over there. Again, very good football team. They are similar. You know, they both like to run the football. They both are going to play good defense. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. A lot of size, a lot of speed out there. It should be a fun football game.
Now, we asked Devin Johnson, does Penn-Trafford remind you of anybody you played? And he said, our first game. They won at Pittsburgh Central Catholic to start their season, a 12-6 win. Only lost to LaSalle College High School. Meanwhile, Penn-Trafford sat at 2-2 through 4 games, losses to Bell Vernon and Peters Township back-to-back weeks, but they have bounced back very nicely. Warriors in white will receive. Carter Green is also the quarterback. 44 degrees here in Hershey as Trey McLeod has it teed up for the tip in all black, moving from right to left, and we are somewhat underway as there is a flag thrown on the kickoff.
Offsides on the kicking team. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the kick.
That is Michael Climbera, who is the referee tonight, a District 11 crew. Bo Rogers, Drew Dangler, Grant Frelchuk, Daniel Rossino, Jason Boris, and Frederick McDonald rounding out this crew out of the Lehigh Valley. And an early whistle will move the kickback 5 yards. Probably not the way you drew up the start to your state.
No, and it's actually one of those. It's like everybody's ready, and then you go, oh, penalty. Right now we got to do it again. We got to start all over again. So here's to getting started.
Now we are underway. It is Green in the center of the field, bursting right up the middle across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Outstanding field position for the Warriors. Carter Green is their quarterback. He's a 5'10", 170-pound senior. He has completed 59% of his passes for 1,216 yards, only 5 interceptions and 136 attempts, and 12 touchdowns. Oh, by the way, he's run for 1,130 yards and 15 touchdowns, over 100 yards in a game 5 times this year. Another flag before the first snap. Procedure against Penn-Trafford moves the ball back to the 41-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 15. John Ruane, Gateway High School grad, teaches there, played at IUP. Picked up his 100th win at Woodland Hills on October 1st. First down, Yakimelli still on his feet into Imhotep territory. Push back at the 46-yard line, but it's a gain of 13. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 2 for the Warriors. PCN thanks Carndine Design Flooring for bringing you tonight's starting lineup. We talked about Green and Yakimelli. Haynes is the H-back. Conlon Green is the tight end for the Warriors. Jacob Otto, Tommy Kalkstein are the wide receivers. Up front, Ochendowski, 240. Luke Jolly, 6'7", 265. Joe Enoch, 6'3", 280. Garrett Moorhead, 5'11", 260. And Zach Tomasevich, 6'6", 320. Off the left side, a first down carry to the 40-yard line as Green keeps it, and will have a first down for the Warriors. A look at the defense for Imhotep, again giving up 5 points a game. Johnson and Winnington, keys at defensive tackle. We talked about the ends. Beverly, Burton, Muldrow, outstanding linebackers. And you've got the speed in the secondary. Wright and Woosley at the corners. Jameer Reyes and Ramir Stort are the free safeties. Stort has 3 picks. Reyes has 5 on the year. Green throwing on first down, has a man wide open, but he overshoots Kalkstein down the right seam. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, that's one right there you want back, and he did. You know, you get 2 great runs to start the game. You get the first down, move the sticks, open it up here, a little play action. Again, good job, and he's just running right down the hash. And if Green puts that in the right spot, Kalkstein runs right into the end zone.
2nd down and 10. Green, most of his yards coming on design runs. Make it Yakimelli, rather, on the direct snap. And he is inside the 40 to the 37. Gain of 3, 3rd down and 3 for the Warriors.
That's a little change of pace right there. You got Yakimelli back there, a little wildcat formation or whatever you want to call it. Carter Green still out on the field. And just snap the ball to Yakimelli and get him off tackle.
For what it's worth, Yakimelli has not thrown a pass this season, but doesn't mean he might not tonight.
That's exactly right.
No use saving anything in the playbook.
No.
3rd and 7, 2 receivers each way. Some early movement. White is saying he was drawn.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense number 50. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
So now a 3rd down and 12, and I'm receiving word that we do have a replacement on the officiating crew tonight. Tim Wood has replaced Drew Dangler on the crew, as head linesman. Drew a little under the weather, but watching tonight on TV. So Drew, hope you're feeling better. Tim Wood getting the call. 3rd and 12. Green under pressure. Football is free. Recovered by White, and it is ruled a fumble. Turnover for Imhotep, and they'll have a first down at their own 44-yard line.
You're going to watch Wiley come around the corner here and track Green down. Again, he forces him out of the pocket right there. You see 75 or 25, Washington come out and get it down. And then the whole crew's involved right there. White gets the fumble recovered.
That is the 4th sack of the year for Jasir Whittington, just a sophomore at 6'2", 250 pounds. And what started out as a productive drive, you get a penalty, and it ends with a turnover.
Yeah, Penn-Trafford's got to be careful. They don't want to be behind the sticks in passing situations with this defense.
Mikhail Davis is the quarterback. He's a sophomore. He's thrown just 85 times, 558 yards, 9 touchdowns on the year. He's run for 246 yards and 4 scores. He will not throw much. 85 attempts. This is the 13th game of the year for the Panthers. Trey McLeod, a sophomore running back, gets the first carry. The rest of the starting lineup for Imhotep, R.J. Atkinson has 6 touchdown catches. Terrence Adams, Corey Downing, also the receivers. Jonathan Bagley at tight end. Kaleem Crosswell, 334. Giovanni Graham, 315. Wooten at 310. Gray at 290. He is the baby of the bunch. And Stinnett on his way to Rutgers at 6'5", 340.
The little fella.
Second down and 6. Davis is thrown back by the other Green. No relation. Conlon Green with an outstanding play in the backfield. That'll set up a 3rd and long. Green with 66 tackles on the year. Ochendowski, Enoch, the other members of the defensive line, Dunlap, Hoffman, Jake Jolly, and Daniel Tarabrella, who is the leading tackler on the squad with 101 on the year. The linebackers, Heilman, Iacomelli, Green, and Otto in the secondary. You've seen a lot of guys playing both ways for both teams.
Love it. High school, that's what high school football is all about. Put your best football players out there for the entire football game. There's no reason at this point to not get them out there and have them be a part of the win. It's what you got to do.
It's a 3rd down and 12. This is not where Imhotep Charter wants to be. And a whistle before the snap and a delay of game.
Delay of game on the offense, number 12. 5-yard penalty, repeat 3rd down.
You want to, Coach Johnson talked about staying on schedule tonight, and 3rd and 17 is definitely not on schedule. Both of these offenses want to control the line of scrimmage, run the football, and get into 3rd and short as much as humanly possible.
The lefty fires short and completes. Tackle quickly made by Liam Heilman on a short pickup by Corey Downing, who makes his 3rd catch of the year. It's 4th and 14.
Really nice job by Heilman and Tarabrella right here, coming out from his outside linebacker spot, just driving on the short little out route, getting them down. It's 4th and long. Both of these defense showed up the first 2 series. They're good. They're everything that we expected.
Davis is also the punter. Otto is back deep along with Carter Green. Carter Green, by the way, hardly ever leaves the field. He calls for a fair catch and makes it right at the 30-yard line. A 31-yard punt, so Penn-Trafford will put it in play. 1st and 10 with no score, 7:06 to play in the opening quarter. And you hope now maybe after each team's had the ball once that you kind of settle down a little bit.
Settles down, yeah, definitely offensively, right? But defense, sometimes you get out there and it's more of an emotional side of the ball. So early in the game, having that emotion, being up, it's okay, right? But offensively, you really want to be under control. You want to be, smart with the football. Smart with your blocks. Penalties. You saw a couple offsides, false starts. Those are things that are all nerves. Right, so you get that first crack, you get the first hit, you get the first series, and now you play ball.
Work out of the pistol here on 1st and 10. Haynes in motion. Iacomelli follows him, spins off a hit, and we'll get to the 34.5-yard line. Keon Wiley, the defensive end, on his way to Penn State, makes the stop. Gain of nearly 5 on the play.
That's a really nice run. Look at that move right there in the hole. Really nice move by Iacomelli.
He's able to spin away from the tackle attempt of Maurice Beverly. 2nd and 6. Trips to the left. Iacomelli again. He gets hit by Beverly this time. No shaking him in the hole in this one. Gain of 2, but he paid the price.
Yeah, that's coaching tape right there by Beverly. I like that. He sat right, little zone, right, and Giacomelli hits the hole, and Beverly hits him right in the sternum.
Could have tried that spin move again.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Hit the B button or whatever button that is, right? Get the spin going. But really nice play there by Beverly. And one thing you teach a linebacker a lot of times is when it's one back in the backfield, one back equals one gap. So once you figure out where the ball's going, man, you shoot your gun and you go do that. And that's exactly what Beverly did right there.
3rd down and 4. Empty backfield. Green. Protection breaking down a bit, throws complete to the sticks. Catch is made by Otto, and he'll have enough for the first down at the 41-yard line, his 13th catch of the season.
That's a good job by Green, just kind of being patient. He felt a little bit of pressure. You see him roll out a little bit, and then that's a really nice job by Otto getting across the sticks, setting up, giving his quarterback a nice big target to throw at and get the first down.
Got to the first down marker and actually was still able to come back to the ball a little bit and make the completion.
Yeah. And a lot of times you see those guys, right? They hook up, they kind of, right in front of the marker, right? And then the tackle comes and they don't get the first down.
1st and 10, Giacomelli trying to stretch this one outside, and he is going to lose yardage. Jameer Reyes, the senior defensive back, on his way to the U.S. Military Academy at West Point, able to make that play.
Yeah, really nice job by Reyes coming up from his strong safety position there. Makes a nice tackle out on the edge, and the running game is going to hit you everywhere. Penn-Trafford's run game is a little bit of outside zone, inside zone, kind of wildcat look. Well, you don't know where the ball's going, and it's going to be tough.
Loss of 2 for Giacomelli, who had 4 touchdowns in the semifinal win over Exeter last week. He's out of the backfield. They look him off, throw it over the middle. Wide open is Haynes, and he could not hang on. He had all kinds of territory and just fought that one the whole way and shaken up a little bit after the play.
They got Giacomelli out to the right. It looks like it's going to be a little flare pass. Everybody's eyes went over there. And Haynes has a great opportunity there to take a big chunk of the field.
Well thrown ball. He just couldn't secure it right from the start. Jacob Haynes, a junior.
Big part of what they do. He plays that H-back, kind of fullback position, moves around a little bit. I've seen him tonight already. Had a couple really nice blocks on White on a couple of those bigger runs for Giacomelli. So he's a guy that, they're going to go walk him over the bench, and hopefully he's all right. They're going to need him.
3rd and 12, empty backfield, and Penn-Trafford is going to take a timeout. We're going to step aside as well. 4:33 to play first quarter here in Hershey. No score in the 5A championship game. No score here in the first quarter. Make sure you refuel with chocolate milk. The American Dairy Association Northeast is proud to sponsor the 2021 PIAA Football Championships Score Bar. 3rd and 12 for Penn-Trafford at its own 39-yard line. They'll stay in that same formation with 3 receivers to the right. Empty backfield for Carter Green. Green, a tremendous athlete. He'll head to Seton Hill to play lacrosse next year. Sprints right, throws on the run, and it is incomplete at midfield, intended for Liam Heilman. would have been shy of the first down, and they'll have to punt.
Got behind the sticks a little bit there. I like what they're doing, though, with Carter Green right now and with their protection. When you've got these two defensive ends out there with White and Wiley, they're moving the pocket. They're max protecting. They're keeping, 8 guys in there running, a couple 2-man routes, and that's important.
Josh Huffman averaging 35.6 yards per punt. Corey Downing is back deep, 8.1 yards per return. He's also got a touchdown. He is sent all the way back inside the 15-yard line, and he is swarmed under excellent coverage on special teams by Tara Brella and Garrett Mattis, and they have pinned Imhotep deep thanks to a great punt. A little mishandle, and he's able to stay with it, but look at the special teams swarming to the ball.
That's what you want to see right here from your teams. And special teams is, it's a third of the game, and big chunks of yardage are transferred. And you never know when that ball's kicked what's going to happen. You need guys flying to the football, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys putting their hats on the ball, and Imhotep's lucky to get that ball back.
Offensive coordinator Mark Schmidt in the white hat, talking things over with Downing. Mark Schmidt, the former head coach at Neshaminy, had a great program there in Suburban 1 and District 1. First and 10 at the 12. McLeod sweeping left, trying to turn the corner. And he'll get across the 15 to about the 17. Brought down there by Huffman and Heilman after a gain of 5. We mentioned that we talked with Devin Johnson and asked who Penn-Trafford reminds me of, and he said Pittsburgh Central Catholic. We posed the same question to John Ruane and said, okay, who do they remind you of? And he goes, well, maybe Gateway, the closest. Yeah. I mean, that's how much he respects the ability of this Imhotep program.
Yeah. Big smile on his face, and just kind of was like, yeah, maybe Gateway. There's a lot of guys out there that can run fast and they're big.
And he said, it's not just the speed, it's the physical play. Here's McLeod sweeping right this time, cuts it back, and will have a first down to the 23-yard line as he picks up 6 on the play. Enoch makes the stop.
McLeod does a good job of being patient, allowing his linemen to get out in front of him and then making that cut. The last 2 runs have been a really good job of kind of showing how he understands where the football needs to go on the play and understands kind of where the defense is going to be, where his linemen, where his blocks are going to be set up, and then makes the proper move, the proper cut.
Another young running back. We've seen a bunch already here in Hershey in the 4 games. He's a sophomore averaging 10 yards per carry with 13 touchdowns. First and 10 from the 23, but a flag before the snap.
Prior snap, false start. Offense, number 60. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Now a first and 15 back at the 18-yard line.
It's the little things, the win or lose championships. And you see it all the time at every level of football. All of a sudden it just kind of gets going, and you've got to get really dialed in. And a lot of times that comes from your leaders on the football field, not necessarily your coaches, but the guys out there. It's got, hey, look, everybody get dialed in, settle down, and play ball.
A little jet sweep action this time. And Penn-Trafford is not fooled at all as Terrence Adams gets the carry. He'll pick up a yard to the 19. It's second down and 14.
Really nice job. The Penn-Trafford defense does a really nice job of seeing the jet motion come across and kind of stretch things out on the front side and then pursuing from the backside. You saw Jolly come in at the end there and make a nice tackle as the ball cut up inside the blockers.
Jack Jolly, a senior, one of 3 brothers on this Penn-Trafford team. McLeod, left side, not much there. You're seeing the same guys at the bottom of the piles. Josh Huffman, Daniel Tarabrella, again, 101 tackles for Tarabrella, 18 in the win against Moon.
Yeah, Tarabrella, that linebacker core is really, really good. The back end of this defense is good, and they've got some big dudes up in front of them. And on that play right there, saw Conlon Green, 17, the DN, does a really nice job, kind of spins outside and sets the edge, allowing those linebackers to fill and make that play.
Tarabrella's dad, Dan, longtime defensive line coach at Penn-Trafford. And Daniel's brother Nick holds most of the kicking records at the school. Timeout, Imhotep on a 3rd and 12 with 1:15 to play in the first half. Well, we've seen some gaudy numbers offensively from some teams coming into Hershey, and you see that every single year. And then you see the outstanding defenses. And we thought about it last night in the Aliquippa Bishop McDevitt game. Which side wins out? Well, it was the offenses last night. Same thing here. These two teams are pretty stingy defensively, and so far that side of the football has controlled the play.
Yeah, it has. We talked about the Imhotep defense giving up around 6 points a game, a little bit, over 5. And then you look at Penn-Trafford, their defense, I think they're giving up somewhere around 12, 13 points a game. And really, really good defense. Again, they're built so similar. They like to run the football. The quarterbacks don't have gaudy numbers, right? They're not throwing the ball all over the yard. And when you can run the football, a couple things happen. Number one, you dominate the other team at the line of scrimmage. Talk about those two-way players. Now the other team's kind of offense gets tired, and your defense is fresh because unless they're running around out there playing, offense, they're on the sideline watching.
3rd down and 12 for the Panthers. Ball at their own 21-yard line. Davis throws short across the middle to Atkinson, beats a couple of tacklers, slips a third. He'll still be shy of the first down, but he gets out to the 30-yard line basically on his own.
Yeah, that's a heck of an individual effort there by Atkinson. Catches the ball, just a little crossing route underneath. O-line does a great job giving time. You see the 2 receivers cross the field there in front of you, a little mesh route. And Atkinson just, hey, look, go get it, man. It's backyard football, running around, making people miss. But again, they got behind the sticks there, and they end up in a 3rd and really long. And now a really nice play by Atkinson. You're still 4 yards short.
Davis's first punt was 30 yards. Carter Green is back. High short kick. Green's going to let this one go. It'll take a good bounce for Imhotep Charter, bounding inside the 30. Down to the 25-yard line, a 45-yard kick, and a nice job by Davis to help switch field position.
Yeah, that's a big part of the game too, and we saw special teams last night in the Aliquippa McDevitt game. We're definitely a factor, and you don't want sloppy play. You want to be able to change field position with your punting, and that's what Imhotep was able to do there. Was not successful in the drive offensively, but a nice kick like that with a nice roll, and now you give Penn-Trafford a long field.
Carter Green 1 for 4 to start the night. He sends Haynes in motion. Now it's Giacomelli taking that snap again, trying to get outside, and he will pick up short yardage. Good pursuit by Talik Burton, senior linebacker.
Giacomelli lost a shoe there. Talik Burton does a good job getting out there and chasing that play down. And you saw White, number 6, the defensive end, kind of strung it out and took a swipe at Giacomelli there.
He'll have time to get that shoe back on because we've reached the end of the first quarter at Hersheypark Stadium in the PIAA 5A championship game. Imhotep Charter and Penn-Trafford scoreless through 12 minutes.
When you need care, you need it fast. But you need it done with a gentle hand. We make caring an active choice, so you feel it the moment you walk in the door. Or when you log in. Urgent caring means we always listen to your needs and put you at ease. No matter what you walk in for, we'll make getting better feel better. It's what we do, because every chance we get is a chance to show we care. MedExpress. Urgent caring.
Join our guests for insights on issues impacting local government and the citizens of Pennsylvania. Created by the Pennsylvania State Association of Boroughs, Inside Pennsylvania Boroughs connects you to legislation and policy that will affect you and your family. Your host, Chris Kapp, and his guests discuss current affairs that matter to you most. Connect with your state by tuning into Inside Pennsylvania Boroughs on Sundays here on PCN.
Stream this championship and more anytime, anywhere, on demand with PCN Select. Learn more at PCNTV.com. Back at Hersheypark Stadium, 5A championship game. We said Defense is pretty good, but are you surprised after one quarter? Not only no points, just 53 yards combined offense for the two teams.
I'm definitely surprised when you looked at the way that these offenses have moved the ball over the course of the season. But at the same time, look, man, I'm a defensive guy. I enjoy it. I really do.
I'm not surprised by that answer. I figured you might. 2nd down and 8. Carter Green will keep. Nice little cut to the inside, gets across the 35, out to the 38, a gain of 11 and a first down. Really nifty move in the gap.
Yeah, that was a really nice run by Carter Green. You're just seeing him come along here, get around the edge, and what was big there was the block by Conlon Green, no relation, who did a good job of pinning that defensive end, allowing Carter Green to get around the corner and get a big run.
Out of the pistol, 1st and 10. Iacomelli, he makes a cut, but held to just a couple of yards. 2nd down and 8. Keon Wiley on his way to Penn State. 40 tackles on the year, 14 tackles for a loss, 9 sacks. Makes the stop, and here's his future head coach, James Franklin, back in Hershey. Helicopter landed a few moments ago, and he was here for the first half this afternoon.
Yeah, heard the helicopter come over the stadium as we were doing the open there, and then there he is, his coach. And look, Keon Wiley's a good football player. Excited to get him up to Happy Valley, get some of those sacks against Ohio State.
2nd down and 8. Now, this is great pursuits. Nowhere to go for Green, as all over him is Jasir Whittington, the sophomore defensive tackle.
Yeah, Jasir Whittington and David Johnson, 25 and 52 inside. They're both sophomores, and Coach Johnson talked about how important they were tonight. You know, you got the two great DNs out there, the national recruits, those guys, but these young guys, these puppies in the middle, they had to play really well, and they both have. They showed up tonight in the run game and with a little bit of pressure.
Loss of a yard brings up a 3rd down and long. Out of the pistol, play action. Green looking down the seam, and this one nearly intercepted. Kalkstein was the intended receiver. Heavy coverage on the play. Ramir Stewart was right in the middle of it.
Yeah, it looked like Stewart was going to get that one. And Green right now, the ball's just a little bit high for everybody. You're seeing he's just a touch off, and that's again, Kalkstein goes up and tries to get the football, and you see Stewart right there. He knows he had an opportunity, but at the end of the day, you know, again, 3rd and long, get a good stop, and now the Penn-Trafford's going to try and flip the field on Imhotep.
Jameer Reyes with great coverage. High short kick by Huffman goes out of bounds. And Imhotep Charter should have pretty good field position here. It'll be marked out of bounds at the 33, a 29-yard punt. First one for Huffman went 49 yards. And again, the defense is forcing a punt.
Yeah, great defense. I like it. Run and pass. You know, anytime you going back to David Johnson and Whittington inside, and you know, Coach Johnson really talked about how he's challenged those guys all year to be great, you know, especially when you got two amazing DNs outside of you. The heart and soul of your defense is the middle of your defense, the D tackles and the inside backers and safeties.
The Tep out of the pistol. The give is to McLeod, straight ahead, gets through the initial wave of defense. Across the 35 to the 38, a burst for 5. 2nd and 5 for the Panthers.
McLeod's fun to watch run. He's physical back. He just kind of puts his shoulder down and runs through the pile and moves people backwards. Those legs never stop moving in there.
This program, since 2004, has sent over 70 players on to college, divisions 1, 2, and 3. It's a trend that is continuing for the Panthers. We talked about Wiley. Davis turning and moving forward for first down yardage or close to it. Great effort by Mikhail Davis, a 6', 200-pound sophomore quarterback.
Another young quarterback, another young player out here.
It's going to be a little shy. 3rd and short. Imhotep with 4 players in the NFL right now. They've won 10 public league titles, 9 District 12 titles. District 12, the Philadelphia Public League and Catholic League. The tight formation here. Quick count, quarterback sneak, no problem. Davis surges forward to the 45. They'll move the chains for the Panthers.
Nice job by the Imhotep O-line right there. You got Big Gray and Wooten and Graham in the middle, just kind of wedged everybody out of there, knocked them back, and Davis is able to kind of scoot his way forward to get that first down.
You talked about being a defensive guy, and you played along the line, and you mentioned teams running. And if a team is successful running against your defense, how demoralizing, how tough is that?
It's terrible. It gets so old. I mean, I would much rather rush the passer over and over and over again. With my body type, I was usually on the sideline and passing downs anyways, so it didn't mean I could get in a water break. But when guys are leaning on you and they're doing this kind of stuff right here, getting 4 or 5 yards a clip, knocking linebackers backwards, like that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense, and you'll start to see it in their body language.
And Trey McLeod with a fierce run here to get 9 out of this.
I mean, look, he's right in there. Boom, lowers the shoulder, throws a little flipper in there, doesn't stop. And what Penn-Trafford has to do now is swarm to the ball.
They're going to go quickly right back to McLeod. He takes a big hit but hangs on, and they'll give him forward progress to the 39. He'll pick up 7 more, and all of a sudden Imhotep's starting to roll here a little bit.
They are, but the finish of that run is important. When you saw what Penn-Trafford, again, you know, McLeod hit the hole real hard, gets 9 yards, but what you saw is the Penn-Trafford defense take him backwards, even if it's after the whistle's blown. Look, this is a great run, a physical run, but watch this group right here run this guy backwards. That's what gets old for running backs right there. You never want the back to finish facing the goal line.
Beverly in there at fullback. Back to McLeod again. And he will get to the 35. An extra yard to the 34, and it appears there's a flag on the play at the end of the tackle. Michael Clembera, our referee, will sort this out.
5-yard face mask at the end of the run. 5 yards from the end of the run. The result of the foul, first down.
Nice lead block right there. Look at those guys. That's good blocking. And you see right there, he runs through. Yeah, right there. Face mask. Giacomelli gets his hand up there.
That'll move the ball to the 29-yard line. 1st and 10 for Imhotep. Another quick count. McLeod, he's not wasting any time. He is just seeing the hole and getting right to it.
Yeah.
Tackle made there by Huffman. Gain of a couple. It's 2nd and 8.
Nice run right there. I actually think that was
McLeod's coming back in now.
Coleman right there. He looked just like McLeod in the way that he hit the hole. I mean, they put their foot in the ground and get vertical.
Did I mention he's a freshman?
No.
It's unbelievable, the youth we are seeing here.
It's crazy.
Well, McLeod is back in there now on a 2nd down and 8. They fake the jet sweep, come back underneath to McLeod, breaks a tackle, moving that defense backward and down close to the 15-yard line. Trey McLeod playing much bigger than 5'9", 190.
Yeah, 5'9", 190, man. That's thick right there, man. He's a bowling ball of butcher knives. He's running into this thing, boom, right there. I mean, he's delivering the blow. He's running forward. His legs are driving. He's throwing the flipper up into to the safeties and the linebackers. That is physical running.
9th play of the drive coming up. McLeod 9 carries for 54 yards. That was his longest run of the night, picking up 11. Back to him again, and this time Giacomelli coming off the edge holds him to a gain of a yard.
I like it. That was a really, and that's what you need from your guy on defense, Giacomelli. They bring him a little safety blitz off the edge. He gets flat down the line of scrimmage, and he thumps McLeod right there. Look, McLeod still delivered a little bit of a blow there. You know, and you see him. I think he's come out of the game now. He needs a little bit of a rest over there on the sideline. I mean, look, playing running back, that doesn't seem like a whole lot of fun to me at all. You got 11 dudes over there that are trying to hunt you up and hurt you every time you touch the football.
Jabri Wallace-Coleman back in at running back. He will get his 2nd carry. He'll slide through a small crease and get to the 10. He'll pick up 5 more and make it a 3rd and 4.
There's a lot of big bodies out there, too. We're talking about the backs and the linebackers and the safeties and all those things, but there's some big, big people. And right now, Imhotep's big people are imposing their will on Penn-Trafford's big people. You know, Russ Grimm, the famous, the Hall of Fame offensive lineman for the Washington Redskins, talks about becoming an O-lineman and going from like tight end to O-line. And Joe Moore, the great O-line coach, says there's nothing better than taking a man and moving him someplace he does not want to go against his will.
Penalty flag before the snap.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense, number 74, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, third down.
The 3rd and 4 becomes 3rd and 9.
It's hard to hide when you're 6'5", 340 pounds. Everybody sees you move.
Now, when we talked about that line going through the starters, I mean, Nassim Gray is the lightest.
He's a tiny guy.
290 pounds.
Yeah, they'd probably take him out to eat.
Beef him up a little bit.
Get him big.
That might be what they have to do. So a 3rd and 9, they'll keep it on the ground. It'll be well short.
Nice.
Snap to Stewart.
Yep, snap to Stewart. Nice block on Giacomelli you saw right there, and it kind of knocked him out of the hole. But again, that's the finish you want as a defense. You want the running back, even if he gets the yards and the forward momentum progress, you want him to go backwards after.
Stewart stays in there. He's 0 for 2 throwing the football. 4th down and 6. He's going to keep. Gets a great block on the edge. Surges to the goal line, and he is in for a touchdown from 12 yards out. 8th rushing touchdown of the year. They convert a 4th and 6.
They're just big bodies knocking people backwards, and then right here, boom, he fits them up. He runs through it. And that's a situation when you're down there close to the goal line, you get down to the 1 or 2 and you need to tackle up top, but you're anywhere further out than that and you need to take those legs out.
I'm going to guess the defense probably thinking that ball was going into the air on a 4th and 6.
Yeah, and that was a really, I mean, that's a physical run by Stewart. That whole drive was physical.
Going to go for 2 after a 12-play drive.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense, number 56. 5-yard penalty, retry.
Now the ball back to the 8-yard line. We were not provided any type of kicking statistics for Imhotep.
No.
They're going for 2, even from the 8-yard line. And this time they will be able to wrap up Stewart shy of the goal line. And we're going to step aside. What an impressive drive for the Panthers. They get the game's first score as Ramir Stewart rumbles in from 12. It's 6-0 Panthers.
Because. 2 syllables, 7 letters, so much meaning. Because is an explanation, an answer to the question, why? It connects where we've been to where we're going. And at Highmark, the road ahead is altogether new. We are reinventing healthcare because it can be simpler, smoother, because it can do more. Get ready for healthcare that goes beyond care. Because life. Highmark, Blue Shield.
PIAA championship games are the exclusive property of the PIAA. Television coverage is licensed to PCN, whose exclusive rights are protected by federal copyright law. Any retransmission of any kind or other use of the television coverage of this game without the expressed written consent of PIAA is prohibited by law. 12 plays, all on the ground, chewing up nearly 6.5 minutes for our first score tonight.
That was physical. I mean, that was a physical drive right there. The offensive line took over. McLeod took over. And you saw Stewart finish things, but really Trey McLeod did most of the work on that drive behind that big offensive line, running between the tackles, getting vertical, punishing defenders, knocking people backwards. That's exactly what Coach Johnson wants to see from his offense.
And now he'll get to kick off as well. McLeod has it teed up.
That's great. High school football is amazing, isn't it? Guys do a little bit of everything.
Giacomelli, one of the deep men, along with Otto. Otto had a 73-yard kick return last week. It's short and straight away for Green, same as the opening kickoff, and Green will get across the 35 to the 36, where Jameer Reyes will bring him down. So now a chance to answer if you're the Penn-Trafford Warriors, trailing this one 6-0.
Yeah, and really right now you want to do the exact same thing. You want to try and take your offensive line and impose your will on this Imhotep defense and move the ball in the exact same way. So the guys that do play defense for Penn-Trafford, number one, get a little bit of a break right now. And number two, to hey, say, look, we can go blow for blow here. We can do body blows. We can knock each other around for a couple quarters.
Empty backfield for Green. He'll keep on first down. It closed up pretty quickly. Pick up a couple. Second down and 8. One of those double 1,000-yard seasons. He's thrown for over 1,200 yards, rushed for over 1,100.
Kid's a football player. I mean, he's a lacrosse player that plays football, but I mean, look, he's returning kickoffs too. I mean, it's pretty incredible.
It's a pretty good spot out close to the 38-yard line. He'll look left, roll right, throwing on the run. Coming back to make the catch is Giacomelli, and he will be brought down at the 42-yard line. Gain of 21 and a big first down for the Warriors.
Yeah, they needed that right there. A little move the pocket, not really play action. There was no back in the backfield there, and he underthrows that. And that's actually why Giacomelli was able to come back and get that football, because they didn't see it on the back end at all.
Giacomelli with 20 catches on the year, 5 of them going for touchdown. His 28 touchdowns this season are school record. This is the 50th year of football for Penn-Trafford. 1st and 10 at the Imhotep 42-yard line, setting up a screen, and that is knocked down. And Khalif Kemp, temple bound, thinking he should have had a little more than the knockdown.
Yeah, that ball comes at, you know, when you're playing D-line and all of a sudden you're running at the quarterback and he just kind of throws it at you right there, and you know you should have caught it, but there's a reason you play D-line.
They always want it, right?
That's exactly
How about
right.
you? Between Penn State and the NFL, how many interceptions? None.
I feel like I had one. You know, Kerry Collins threw one at me, yeah, and hit me right in the gut. I don't know if he did it because we're buddies, but I didn't make it very far. I got tackled quickly, thankfully.
2nd down and 10. Giacomelli in that Wildcat formation inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 6.
Actually, I think I dropped it. Just to make it.
Probably knocked the wind out of it.
To be real. Well, I was probably sucking wind so bad I didn't want to catch it. I just wanted to get off the field. But, yeah, I mean, look, it's not something you work on very often, and all of a sudden that ball's coming at you and you're running full steam at him. It's not an easy catch. And it catches you by surprise a little bit because it doesn't happen very often.
3rd and 6. Giacomelli, avoiding some traffic in the backfield, makes a sensational move. Still on his feet, down the right sideline, breaks another tackle, diving for the goal line, and he is down out of bounds at the 2-yard line the way it looks. What a sensational run by Cade Giacomelli.
Amazing run right there. And Tarabrella is actually the guy that sprung him. You're going to see him come back across your screen right there, number 21, and makes a great block on White. And then Giacomelli does the rest. I mean, this is why the guy's going to go play for the Badgers. Lowers the shoulder again. That's a nice tackle right there. Getting that ball, getting those legs out from under Giacomelli. Can't run anymore. Nice play right there.
36 yards, 1st and goal at the 2, and a timeout called by Imhotep. Giacomelli able to get free really for the first time tonight.
That was impressive right there. That was a really nice run. And a really nice block by Tarabrella right there. And he's in there right now because Jacob Haynes hasn't come back in. He's kind of playing their H-back. And you're going to see him come across number 21. Boom, right there. Because I guarantee you White thought he had Giacomelli dead to rights. They may see each other in college at some point playing football. But that's what allowed Giacomelli to get out there and show off that athleticism that's going to make him a Big Ten football player.
Yeah, White has narrowed his choices to 4, and he will make his commitment on signing day on the 15th. He's down to Georgia, Alabama, Texas A&M, where he just visited recently, and Ohio State.
Yeah, I hope it is any of them except Ohio State, to be completely honest with you. Look, that's what an NFL defensive end looks like. I mean, it really is. He's long. He'll put weight on when he gets to college. You know, he's only 230 pounds, but he's 6'5", so it's all stretched out like that.
Are you deliberately trying to draw the ire of Buckeye fans?
Absolutely.
I figured you might be.
100%.
Giacomelli taking the snap, and there is nothing off the right side. That is a tremendous play by Masir Mayo, a junior, in there at defensive tackle.
Yeah, they got their heavy package in there. They got Mayo in there. Does a nice little rip right there. Gets his pads under that O-lineman. I like it. That's a nice play.
Loss of 2. Giacomelli to the sideline and a 2nd and goal from the 4. Minute to play.
A little pop pass here. One of those little Tebow things.
Green has a wing each way. He is going to keep trying left side, runs into his own man. Was able to beat the first tackler, but eventually got to the pile and is going to be about a yard shy. It's 3rd and goal.
Keep grinding it out. Again, that's another nice job right there by Tarabrella on White.
They're going to mark him at the 2.
Giacomelli's back in there.
He's going to be in the Wildcat formation. Green split out to the left. A dozen seconds left in the half. Giacomelli, right side. 2nd push. Touchdown. Cade Giacomelli's 24th rushing touchdown of the season.
Really nice answer right there by Penn-Trafford to cap off what's been a defensive half. Look at him right here. Boom, gets down low, delivers the blow. That's really nice. Burton comes in and fills the hole, but Giacomelli's able to get his shoulder pads down underneath him and lift him up and run him right over into the end zone. That's a heck of a drive right there by Penn-Trafford.
Nathan Schlesinger, the point after, he's 60 for 61. Add another one to the ledger, and with 4 seconds left in the half, Penn-Trafford has taken the lead 7-6 with that touchdown. Giacomelli with 24 on the year. That ties Matt Gavrish for the most in school history, set back in 1997. And here's a look at the drive.
This is what got it started right here, right? You get Carter Green out of the pocket. He underthrows Giacomelli a little bit, but he makes the catch. Right, and then the boom, nice block by the H-back there. Giacomelli gets into the backfield, and he runs through some things and gets him down close, and then he finishes the drive right here. Boom. Touchdown.
He's had a sensational season. 208 yards in the playoffs against Pine Richland. He had a 75-yard touchdown run against Exeter last week. He had a 92-yard touchdown catch against Moon in the WPIAA finals at Heinz Field. Easy to see why a team like Wisconsin will be glad to get him.
Yeah, I mean, and he plays on the other side of the ball, right? He plays special teams, plays safety, does a little bit of everything. Great high school football player.
Giacomelli tonight with 62 yards on 10 carries. Just 4 seconds remaining in the half. How big a momentum swing is that for Penn-Trafford?
That was huge right there to go in at halftime potentially with a lead. You know, again, you assume you're going to get some sort of squib kick here. As long as they keep it in bounds, it should end the half. You answer that drive, that great drive by Imhotep. That they just took 80 yards, go all the way down the field and score. And you answer with one of your own. Make sure you get them down there.
That's the other part, is go with the short kick, but make sure you cover it, and they will at midfield as the half will run out. We were scoreless for a long time. Imhotep got a touchdown with 3.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Penn-Trafford answers right back and kicks the extra point. Halftime here in Hershey in the 5A title game. It is Penn-Trafford 7, Imhotep Charter 6. Mike Zambelli, Jim Wills with our halftime show, and we continue right after this.
A lot has changed since 1932.
But one thing that hasn't is Faulkner's commitment to Central PA.
Our organization is built on values like honesty, integrity, and trust.
Our prices are low and transparent.
Our buying experience is fast and easy.
And we're active in the community, supporting our friends and neighbors at charitable events, local games, and fundraisers. We remain committed to you and our community, to be sure.
What makes a bank? Busy branches, hidden fees, these, and of course these. That's why PSECU is not like your typical bank. We're the member-owned digital alternative that puts people over profits, with over 450,000 savers and spenders. And while we don't do these, we will treat you to financial tips and tools. Because when you gain the confidence to achieve your goals, that's us achieving ours. PSECU. Members achieve more.
When you shop at Wise, you now get rewards points for almost everything you buy. From cranberry sauce to coconut, butter to brown sugar, and coffee to candy canes. And all those points add up to big savings on food, fuel, or even a holiday ham for Christmas. Saving money? That's smart. Earning points every time you shop? That's Wise.
Eat better, spend less. That's Wise.
Game number 4 of 6 in this championship game weekend for the PIAA playoffs, the 5A title game. We are at half. Penn-Trafford with a 7-6 win or lead over Imhotep Charter. We welcome you back here to halftime. Mike Zambelli, pleased to be joined by Jim Wills. Jim, after seeing 87 points here this afternoon, 13 in the first half of this one. Defense is obviously controlling the action here in the 5A championship game.
Well, you knew coming in it was going to be two good defensive teams, and you got what you bargained for early in this ball game, showing very, very good defenses. You know, one giving up a touchdown with 4 seconds to go in the half. So you know you're going to get good defenses, and they've really come to fruition.
Take a look at Penn-Trafford first. 3 missed opportunities, I thought, execution-wise. They had the 2 seam routes. One pass was too long, wide open receiver. The second one to the left hash mark was a dropped pass, and that screen play that they had designed. But point being is, execution-wise gets a little better. This team could have more than 7 points in the first half.
Good point, Mike. The thing of it is they had a couple of opportunities.
They did.
And they get those opportunities early. That could have really rattled rattled Imhotep a lot more than normal. But fortunately for Imhotep, those things were long and short, and the screen pass didn't work. So they played good defense, but there was a couple chances they could have been behind big early.
Well, both teams with terrific running backs, as the guys have talked about. Let's start with Penn-Trafford, who leads in the football game 7-6, and of course we're talking about Carter Green, their running back, Cade Giacomelli, the Wisconsin-bound runner. He was fantastic. This one run we're going to show you, I counted 7 different Imhotep players that got a piece of them before they were able to bring them down. 11 carries, 64 hard-earned runs by this young man, and oh, by the way, he gets it done defensively as well.
Yeah, he can do it on both sides of the ball. And here's a nice play, as you're going to see, they put him downfield this time, and he comes back to the football. Very, very important lesson to learn. You got to come back to the football when your quarterback's having a little trouble there. And then you're going to see the hit right here as he does a nice job dancing around, spin moves. This is what you see, and this is why the kid gets a scholarship to Wisconsin right there. He got knocked out of bounds before the pylon, but the thing that is comes back and scores from 2 yards out with 4 seconds to go. Very, very impressive player, Mike. Very good job in the first half.
Even on the touchdown run, what a punishing run, and the way he finishes those runs, never goes down backwards. He's always driving forwards to tack on those yards after contact. Impressive first half for him.
Oh, he did a great job in the first half, as advertised. You figured coming in, you're going to get a bruising running back. If he's going to Wisconsin, that's the way he's got to play, and you got exactly that.
For Trey McLeod and Imhotep Charter, that 12-play drive, the defining part of that first half. My first thought on McLeod is, he's got field goal kicker shoulder pads on. I know he's their kicker, but those are small pads for a running back. He is a physical, downhill north-south runner.
Yeah, he's like a human bowling ball, Mike. Look, he just bounces off of everybody. He's really, as we talked about earlier, he's just amazing to go through the hole quickly and then just gets physical. He gets physical when he gets in that second level, and he did a great job there in the first half. You heard Brandon Noble say he uses that flipper when he's in there, and you can see it. He uses that arm and gets himself an extra 3 or 4 yards every time he's on the run.
Always falls forward for an extra 2 or 3 for sure. That is McLeod. Difference in this football game, Jim, a missed extra point. Now, Imhotep was lining up to go for 2. They jumped off sides. They still went for 2. Now, we do know their practice facilities over the years, they don't have goalposts on the practice field, we were told over the years, and thus they don't have really a field goal kicker. It's a difference in the game right now.
Absolutely, and we've seen that happen this afternoon's game. We saw that happen where a team was coming back, missed 2 extra points. That cost them at that point because they would have been a lot closer. And now, very important, especially in a defensive game like this, every single point is going to be impressive.
I have to wonder how many opportunities you get. 7-6, we're at the half. This is the 5A championship game. Earlier this afternoon, it was Southern Columbia looking to add to their historic resume, taking on Sarah Catholic. Highlights when we return.
This 2021 PIAA Football Championship on PCN is brought to you in part by Alvernia University, Carndine Design Flooring, American Dairy Association Northeast, and by Wise Markets. Alvernia University and Reading Collegetown, now offering 3 new engineering majors or enhanced business and communications programs, plus one of the largest athletic departments in Division III for both men's and women's sports. Learn more at alvernia.edu. Ever wonder what it's like to live in Crawford County, Pennsylvania? Join us in December to uncover every corner of a region rich with history, culture, nature, all waiting for you in Crawford County. Explore the Keystone State with PCN, one neighborhood at a time. Watch Pennsylvania's Neighborhood, Crawford County, December 13th through the 17th. Visit PCNTV.com for more. PCN is everything Pennsylvania.
Brought to you by Penn State Sports Medicine of Penn State Health, Milton S. Hershey Medical Center, official healthcare provider of Penn State Athletics. From the youngest athletes to professional superstars, Penn State Sports Medicine covers them all.
For over 20 years, viewers have known PCN for our professional delivery of each and every PIAA championship. Now your company can be part of the action as thousands of sports fans tune in to PCN. Your message will be seen on both cable television in over 3 million households and streaming worldwide on our app and online. Get in the game with PCN. Email opportunities at pcntv.com for rates.
Ever wonder what it's like to live in Crawford County, Pennsylvania? Join us in December to uncover every corner of a region rich with history, culture, nature, all waiting for you in Crawford County. Explore the Keystone State with PCN, one neighborhood at a time. Watch Pennsylvania's Neighborhood, Crawford County, December 13th through the 17th. Visit PCNTV.com for more. PCN is everything Pennsylvania. Support PCN by texting PCN-TV to 877-907-9770.
Halftime here at Hersheypark Stadium with Penn-Trafford leading 7-6, 5A football championship game. We welcome you back here to our halftime set. Mike Zambelli, Jim Wills. Jim, we saw Southern Columbia add to their historic run. Second time in program history. They have won 5 straight. Didn't come easy, though, this afternoon. As easy as that final score might indicate.
Yes, very, very tough day for them in some respects. Made more mistakes than I've seen them make in a long time. Really did not play well. Had a lot of penalties, which is really uncharacteristic of them. But still, when you look at the end of the day, they have all those points on the board.
Sarah Catholic making their second appearance in a state championship game. Let's check out the highlights with Southern Columbia getting on the board first. That's Brendan Wisloski, a 1-yard touchdown run. That extra point made it 7-0. But Sarah Catholic came right back. This Terrell Booth on the reception, the catch and run from Matt Rocco. Rocco started out 5 for 5 on the afternoon with the touchdown, but Southern Columbia came right back.
Yeah, they did. And you get to see a great catch by Brandon Wiskowski there. 63-yard touchdown catch right there. That was a real turning point early in the ball game. That jump ball he went up and got. Very, very nice shot. Then you're going to see Garcia come back, showing what he does best, a 32-yard run. That makes it 21-7 at that point in the ball game. Garcia doing exactly what he likes to do, and that's run with the football again. And you see another 5-yard touchdown run. At that point, it's 28-7 going into the second half.
Yeah, then you move on to the second half, and again, Sarah Catholic would make a move. Rocco stepping up in the pocket, finds Jalen Holt, and Holt, a nice little move in that secondary to carry it into the end zone, and that wasn't enough. Watch this play here. This is on third down as Rocco squeezes it into a short window to Zach Wheeler, and Wheeler, amazingly, with that size, outran the Southern Columbia defense.
Yeah, great job by him going 80 yards on that TD. Then you're going to see they come back with Wiskowski once again. He had a banner afternoon as he went in from 4 yards out there. And, of course, we got to see another one from Garcia because he is the main guy. 21-yard run right there. At that point, it was over, and then you see the championship trophy being lifted right there by Southern Columbia.
62-25 your final, the 12th overall championship, by far the most of any in the PIAA. Couple of numbers, Max Rocco was 18 for 35, 3 INTs, but 4 touchdowns. Terrell Booth 5 for 172, scored the 2 touchdowns. Garcia 22 carries, 171 yards, 3 touchdowns. Wes Barnes 13, 107 and 1 and 12 for 76 and 3 TDs for Wisloski. Here's a look at our remaining schedule. Friday we had the Southern Columbia Sarah Catholic, Imhotep Charter, Penn-Trafford going on right now. Tomorrow afternoon we have a rematch of the 3A championship game, Wyomissing and Central Valley should be a good one. Remember, 12 noon tomorrow. And St. Joe's Prep, Mount Lebanon will wrap it all up Saturday evening at 6 o'clock. For Jim Wills, I'm Mike Zambelli. Thanks for tuning in to our halftime show. Steve Degler, Brandon Noble will take us home. 5A championship game. Penn-Trafford's up a point.
It's interactive ice cream fun at the Turkey Hill Experience, located in Columbia, PA, just south of Hershey. Create your own virtual ice cream flavor and packaging. Milk our mechanical cows and star in your own Turkey Hill commercial. Visit turkeyhillexperience.com for more information.
When you shop at Wise, you now get rewards points for almost everything you buy. From cranberry sauce to coconut, butter to brown sugar, and coffee to candy canes. And all those points add up to big savings on food, fuel, or even a holiday ham for Christmas. Saving money? That's smart. Earning points every time you shop? That's Wise.
Eat better, spend less, that's Wise.
This was the Farm Show Arena in 2021. Nobody here. Quiet. Too quiet. But in 2022, things will get back to normal. That's right, your favorite events are coming back, live and in person, and you can watch them on PCN. Oh yeah, we need this. The Pennsylvania Farm Show, starting January 8th on PCN.
Support PCN by texting PCN TV to 877-907-9770.
Both teams have returned to the field for half number 2 here in Hershey in the 5A championship game. Penn-Trafford leading Imhotep Charter by a score of 7-6. Steve Degler, Brandon Noble back inside the booth here at Hersheypark Stadium. We talked about that touchdown for the Warriors with 4 seconds left in the first half to put them in front. They'll be on defense to start the second half.
Yeah, and they answered the bell. Imhotep took the ball and absolutely just shoved it right in their face all the way down the field. And then they were able to, Penn-Trafford was able to come back and answer it and take the lead going into half, which is huge. You go into the locker room, scoring points, taking the lead away. After things haven't really gone your way, you feel pretty good when you come back out on the field.
It was a very quiet first quarter. No points, just 53 yards of total offense. Things picked up a little bit in quarter number 2, but still not a ton of yards offensively for these two talented teams.
Yeah, really good football teams that run the ball really well. They know who they are, but they're both playing great defenses tonight, and these defenses have kind of been exactly who we thought they were.
Penn-Trafford 3 for 6 on third down conversions. Very, very key category right there. Imhotep was able to score its touchdown on a 4th and 6. And that was before they were able to try that extra point where they were moved back on a penalty, and they still went for 2. Mike and Jim were talking about it. I mean, their practice facility does not have goalposts, so it's kind of tough to practice kicking.
Got to go for 2 at that point. So they got to catch up somewhere.
And they tried to go for 2 from the 8-yard line, did not make it. So that's why we have a 7-6 game here as we head to the second half. Do you expect any kind of major changes either way at this point?
No, I think both teams settled in after what was a really rough first quarter offensively for both sides, and they are they want to run the football. That's what they want to do. I do think that maybe Penn-Trafford spreads it out a little bit. Again, they got Green out of the pocket a couple times to throw the ball down the field, and he missed a couple. So maybe they go back to that. But I expect Imhotep to feed McLeod. Just give that kid the football and let him punish that defense.
Carter Green, we talked about him. He's a guy that very rarely leaves the field for this Penn-Trafford team. Offense, defense, special teams. 19 yards on 6 carries. When it comes to throwing the football, you mentioned he had some guys open. He went just 2 for 7 for 25 yards and had a sack, but they've had some guys open.
Yeah, those 2 for 7, that 2 for 7 right there is, he missed a couple that were wide open. Look, I love it. The guy returns kicks. I don't really like quarterbacks very much, but this guy, he could hang out with me. Absolutely. I mean, he plays defense, plays quarterback, he runs the football, and he returns kicks. I'm all in on this kid.
Josh Huffman and Tarabrella have been leading the charge defensively. Huffman already with 7 tackles in this game.
Yeah, Huffman's all over the place. Again, when you're playing an offense like Imhotep's, your linebackers have to be really, really active, and Huffman's doing a good job getting in there, filling gaps, getting downhill. Tarabrella, the same thing, right? They're doing a nice job. What they've got to do, though, is they've got to start making sure that they're knocking McLeod the other way. There was that one drive where McLeod was falling forward a whole lot, and they got to turn his head and get him going the other way.
We talked about McLeod getting all those attempts and piling up better than 50 yards rushing, but Ramir Stewart is the guy who came in late in the half running that Wildcat-type offense and got the touchdown run.
Yeah, Johnny Freshlegs, right? McLeod worked him all the way down the field, and Stewart comes in, runs 2 QB sweeps, and gets in the end zone. No, just get in the end zone. At the end of the day, that's all that matters for either team right now.
Imhotep Charter will get the football to begin this third quarter. Penn-Trafford in the white and green, kicking it off, moving from right to left. Nathan Schlesinger has it teed up. Of his 82 kickoffs this year, 42 of them have resulted in touchbacks. This will be a very important possession. We certainly know with the offensive ability, Brandon, of Imhotep, that they can score very quickly.
Yeah, they can score quickly, and they can, again, to me, it's more that grind it out, that big O-line leaning on you, handing the ball to McLeod, Davis running the ball, Stewart running the ball, Wallace Coleman running the ball. What does that do to you on the other side? It's demoralizing and gets old real quick.
From the goal line, flag is thrown on the return, as Saheem Williams-Rockymore, whose twin brother Cybri is also on the team, with the return. Now we'll check on the flag. Again, our refereeing crew out of District 11, Michael Clembera, is the referee.
Block in the back on the return team. Number 4, half the distance to the goal. First down.
This is going to put the ball inside the 10-yard line. Right there is the penalty.
That's great. You see the penalty there, the block in the back by number 4. But look at all those white jerseys converging on the ball carrier there. That's what you want out of your special teams.
Mikhail Davis is back in at quarterback. He was 2 for 2 in the first half for 12 yards. Ran the ball 3 times for a net of 1 yard. And it is going to be the ground attack on first down, and not a whole lot there for Jabri Wallace-Coleman.
Yeah, nice job inside there. Nice stunt right there by the nose guard, gets outside. Then you see all those linebackers get in there. Jolly, Huffman, Tarabrella.
You have to think at some point Imhotep's going to have to try to get something downfield.
Yeah, get downfield, a little play action, take your shot, but again, they had so much success that one drive where they just went between the tackles and pounded the rock. Here it comes right here.
Second down and 9 from the 9. Little hitch pattern by R.J. Atkinson, and then he does the rest as he's able to get into some open space and have a first down after a gain of 10 to the 19-yard line.
That's the second time tonight that Atkinson's done a really nice job catching a short pass and then making the rest happen by himself. Nice job right here. He shakes Jacob Otto right there and gets a couple extra yards. Those are the kind of things they need to keep doing. Again, open it up a little bit maybe here. But don't forget who you are, right? Don't forget. Don't stop leaning on this defense.
First and 10 at the 19. Will Robinson is now in at running back. Pick the jet sweep. And Davis will keep across the 20 to the 22, a pickup of 3. Trey McLeod is on the sideline, but he has not been out there yet in this series.
I really expected them to come out and kind of feed him the rock, and he's over there now. Towards the end of that long drive when they scored with Stewart, he came out towards the end of that drive also.
He will remain on the sideline on a second down and 7. Beverly on a wing right. Robinson remains in at running back. Downing in motion. And he will throw off the jet sweep action, looking for Atkinson, who cannot make the over-the-shoulder catch at the 40-yard line. They go a little trick play, and they had it.
I like it. Right, that was a little jet sweep action right there. Downey puts his foot in the ground, stops, throws the ball. That is such a tough catch to make right there for Atkinson. That ball was like thrown right directly over his head. He tried to open the basket up there for him. That was a well-thrown ball by Downing right there. Again, could have maybe brought it inside a little bit so Atkinson didn't have to do the Willie Mays kind of running over the shoulder, looking back, and that was an opportunity right there.
Nice reference by a football guy. I'm impressed. Say hey, 3rd and 7. Davis, great protection. He's throwing deep, looking for Atkinson again, and pretty good coverage by Liam Heilman. It'll be 4th and 7 for the Panthers, and a stop early in the third quarter for the Penn-Trafford defense.
I was impressed with Davis's arm during warm-up. We were watching him kind of throw some footballs, and he seemed like he could put the ball where he needed to. So I don't mind them taking those shots, getting it down the field and trying to open this defense up a little bit. But again, get back to who you are. Now, again, if McLeod's not able to go, that may change things.
Davis punted twice in the first half, averaging 37.5 yards per kick. Carter Green is the return man. Green has this one go over his head. Another really good kick by Davis. This one is going to trickle all the way down to the 25-yard line. A 53-yard punt and a great job by Davis to flip field position.
Yeah, their punt game's done a good job. Carter Green, your starting quarterback, was about to return a punt. That's amazing. That's high school football. It's awesome. I love it.
Probably the only place you're going to see that.
Yeah. I said I like the kid. I mean, I respect that. That is maybe one of the craziest jobs in America, right? To stand back there all by yourself and have that ball go flying up in the air like that with 10 guys coming down to hit you because the punter doesn't count, right? He's just going to stand back there in the back. But there are 10 dudes coming down to hunt you up, and you can't look at them while they run at you.
If the punter makes the tackle, you've had a pretty good return.
Yes, you have.
1st and 10. Yakimelli quickly cuts it to the outside, breaks a tackle, trying to stay on his feet, and somehow scoots out to the 34-yard line. He picks up 9. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Really nice job up front. There's Tarabrella again, right? That's a really nice job on that little swipe block where they bring him all the way back across the run in what they call split zone. So you get that H back, and he comes all the way back across and blocks the defensive end out. And Yakimelli does a great job of feeling where the hole is and getting upfield and then doing some magical stuff with his feet out there afterwards.
Tarabrella replacing Jacob Haynes at the H-back.
Doing a great job.
Yeah, you've been on him right from the start, the way he's been able to make some blocks. Here he is again on White, trying to hold him off. White shakes off that block and makes the stick on Yakimelli. It'll be close to a 1st down.
And he comes up a little gimpy there, but that's White. That's what you want from your #1 football player right there. Good job shedding the block, getting off.
What's the first thing we noticed about White in warm-ups? How long his arms are.
He's long.
I mean, you're going to be able to fend off blockers with the reach he has.
Yep. I mean, look at how that guy, that is an absolute creature right there. That's an NFL DN.
He'll have some Imhotep company if he makes it to the league. 3rd and short. Green sneaks up, will take the snap and get across the 35 for a 1st down. Now 4 for 7 on 3rd downs. Very good success rate for Penn-Trafford.
And again, it helps when you get into that 3rd and short, especially when you're big offensive line like this. They're leaning on Imhotep right now a little bit, and you can see those 2 young defensive linemen for Imhotep in there, Johnson and Whittington. Their hands are on their hips right now.
If my math is correct, 4 out of 7 is 57%. Opponents against Imhotep on 3rd down this year, just 22%.
I'm going to take you at your word with the math.
I think I got it right. Yakimelli across the 40.
We're both state school kids, so.
Then we got it right.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
That's what I'm saying there. Yakimelli delivers the bigger blow there on Kenneth Woosley, a sophomore.
2nd down.
And now if you're Penn-Trafford, your mission here, if you can get some points and chew up a lot of time, you're in great shape.
Yep. Yeah. Demoralize this Imhotep defense.
The work out of the pistol here on 2nd and 6. Now Yakimelli in motion. Green, little quarterback counter. And he is brought down pretty quickly. That was Keon Wiley from his defensive end spot making the tackle.
Yeah, really nice play by Wiley there. Getting down inside, and then they empty the backfield out. And here's that this is kind of a QB split zone or QB power right there. And the H, as he's coming across, he doesn't get Wiley. Wiley does a good job squeezing down and making the tackle on Carter Green.
3rd down and 5. Can they convert again? John Ruane, 108 wins, the most in program history. Green looking to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Wiley trying to track him down as Green throws incomplete onto his own sideline. Was there a receiver in the area? And this is a call that can take some time to sort out. And it looks like they won't even discuss it. It's an incomplete pass, bringing up a 4th and 5.
Really nice set right there by Wiley, those last 2 plays. makes the tackle on the QB run and then flushes him out of the pocket. And you saw the closing speed there. Carter Green kind of gets flushed. He's rolling out to his right, and Wiley comes flying down after him, and Green feels the pressure and lets the ball go down the field.
Huffman to punt, 38.5 yards on 2 kicks in the first half. This will come up shy of the return man, Corey Downing, and go out of bounds at the 34-yard line. 6:07 to play, third quarter in Hershey. It remains 7-6 Penn-Trafford.
Join our guests for insights on issues impacting local government and the citizens of Pennsylvania. Created by the Pennsylvania State Association of Boroughs, Inside Pennsylvania Boroughs connects you to legislation and policy that will affect you and your family. Your host, Chris Kapp, and his guests discuss current affairs that matter to you most. Connect with your state by tuning into Inside Pennsylvania Boroughs on Sundays here on PCN.
Refuel with chocolate milk. The American Dairy Association Northeast is proud to sponsor the 2021 PIAA Football Championships Score Bar. And that Score Bar says with 6:07 to play in the third quarter here in Hershey in the 5A championship game, Penn-Trafford, the District 7 champs, leading District 12 champion Imhotep Charter 7-6. Imhotep will have the ball first and 10 at its own 34-yard line. McLeod is back in at tailback. And Penn-Trafford will jump. It'll be a 1st and 5 situation.
Encroachment, defense, number 50, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Sakai Miles also in at fullback for Imhotep. He's a 5'6", 230-pound senior. He's carried 3 times this year. McLeod's first carry of the second half. Got a hold of the jersey, and it's still not going to deter him. Look at him churn those legs and get out to the 46-yard line. A gain of 7, they'll move the chains.
I love it.
And he is tough.
Yeah, look, I mean, a little split zone where they're leading him up onto the inside linebacker there. But, man, that McLeod, that is so physical.
Jack Jolly was hanging on.
Yeah.
Hoping he'd get some reinforcements.
Get some help. Come on, fellas.
1st and 10 at the 46. McLeod bursts through, runs over one tackler, and is inside the Penn-Trafford 40 to the 39-yard line. A gain of 15, they'll move the chains again.
You got a back like this coming downhill, straight at you. Running through things. Good to see him back in the game, and Imhotep's obviously happy to have him back in there too. They're feeding him the rock right now.
12 carries, 77 yards. That's his longest run of the night. Back at it again. Looking refreshed, ridden out of bounds here by Jacob Otto at the 34, but he picks up 5 more on first down.
Yeah, nice run by McLeod. They took it outside that time. Penn-Trafford did a good job kind of stopping things up inside. It looked like just they were running power right there, pulling the guard, leading, kicking out the in-man on the line of scrimmage, and he bounced it outside. Otto did a really nice job of kind of controlling him. He was by himself out there. That's a big fellow right there. Jacob Otto met him, down there on the goal line a couple times too, and does a nice job of getting him out of bounds.
Devin Johnson, the head coach, said we must control the line of scrimmage, use play action and the screen game if it's there. This is another pre-snap penalty.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 15, offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
One of the things he wanted to do is not put all of this on Mikhail Davis. He's just a sophomore. He said he's really grown throughout the season, but he doesn't have to win the game for us.
Right, that's exactly right. Your offensive line, your defense, guys like Trey McLeod, R.J. Atkinson, help a young quarterback out. And look, when you're a sophomore, you started all season on a team like this, and you're playing in a state championship game. Like, you're not young anymore. Your body feels old. I can promise you that.
Now a 2nd down and 10 McLeod again off the right side. Otto makes another tackle. This is a pickup of 6. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Nice job by Maurice Beverly. They brought him in to play fullback. You can see number 7 right there. Nice lead block right there on Tarabrella.
Well, pretty sure if they don't get it here, well, 100% sure they're not kicking a field goal, and they're not going to punt unless they lose major yards.
Yeah.
They've got 2 downs to try and get 4 yards.
So 4 yards, and that is, when you've got guys like McLeod in there and you got those big fellas up front, you're getting it. Unless the tight end jumps off sides.
Third and 4 becomes 3rd and 9.
Prior to snap, false start. Offense, number 1, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Well, that changes everything.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Look, I think Davis can throw. I mean, get him outside the pocket here. Give him maybe a little screen or something on those lines. Throw the football a little bit. Again, you're going to open that defense up. As good as this running game is, this is a tough 2-down, attempt.
They're going to take a timeout here. Before a 3rd and 9, Mark Schmidt, the offensive coordinator, is not happy at all.
Yeah, he knows. He's been doing this a long time, and he knows those little mistakes.
Imhotep has been to the state final, including this year, 6 times. They have just 1 victory, and that came in 2015 against Erie Cathedral Prep. It was 3A at the time. Imhotep would finish the year 15-0. Mike Waters had a huge night. 16 carries, 201 yards, 3 touchdowns. He finished the season with a Philadelphia record, 45 touchdowns on the year. Amir Brown had 2 touchdowns and a couple of interceptions along the way for Imhotep, as the Panthers would beat Cathedral Prep by a final of 40-3 to raise the trophy for the only time in school history. That's the good news. The bad news is they faced Cathedral Prep the next 3 years, 16, 17, 18, and lost all 3 of them. And they also dropped their first appearance here against South Fayette, 41-0 in the AA game in 2013. So they've been here 6 times now, and this is the 4th classification they played in. 2, 3, 4, and 5. As we talked about with Penn-Trafford, first time they have been here. Third down and 9. Davis throws that little hitch route to Atkinson. He doesn't escape quite as easily this time, as Tarabrella stays with him. Otto was out there with Contain as well, but they pick up 7 yards to make it 4th and 2.
Yeah, nice job right there by Davis to get the ball out really quick. Atkinson does a good job catching the football. Look, we've seen Atkinson tonight make a lot of people miss and get the first down when he needed it. This is a much more manageable 4th down for Imhotep than it would have been if they had not completed that pass.
Imhotep is 1 for 1 on 4th down tonight, 8 for 15 on the season. Panthers need 2. Davis gives to McLeod. He gets stood up at the 30-yard line and will not get it. What a response by the Penn-Trafford defense.
Man, Tarabrella filled that hole. The D-line did a great job knocking people backwards. You see Jack Jolly in there. Boom, good job. Look, there's Tarabrella right there taking on that block. Allows Jolly to fill over the top, scrapes in the hole there. I mean, great team defense. Walks him backwards. Again, McLeod wasn't able to lower his shoulder and run through things there. That's a really, really nice stop on 4th and 2 by the Penn-Trafford defense.
Needed 2, only got 1. 1st and 10 Warriors at their own 30. Empty backfield for Carter Green. Jack Jolly in motion. Green off the right side, nothing there. No gain, 2nd down and 10. Maurice Beverly, 76 tackles on the year, makes the hit.
Nice play by Beverly right there. And that was a good job by the D-line. I'm not sure which one of the defensive ends it was, whether it was Wiley or White right there. Did a good job kind of setting the edge there, allowing Beverly to come in and kind of filter through and find the ball carrier.
Iacomelli tried to break that tackle and nearly did. but Mysir Mayo got just enough of him to keep it to a 3-yard gain.
Trips him up, a little split zone right there, and Imhotep's playing a little bit better right there. That play's hurt him a couple times, and Giacomelli's got some big gains on that split zone. Nice tackle by Mayo to get him down.
3rd down and 7. Giacomelli 15 carries for 80 yards and a touchdown. Green is just 2 for 8. Steps into the throw and a little too much on it. A lot of traffic in the vicinity. Liam Heilman, the intended receiver. It's 4th and 7, and a nice response by the Imhotep Charter defense.
Yeah, nice job defensively. You come out, you get the stop right now. Now Penn-Trafford's got a punt to you, and you get your offense back on the field after a 4th and 2 where Penn-Trafford maybe gets a little bit of momentum. That's a good 3 and out right there.
These two teams have not played a ton of close games this year, but a tight one tonight. Huffman with a good kick. Fair catch called for and made by Downing at the 34-yard line. 34-yard kick, 1st and 10 for Imhotep Charter, down a point with 2:22 left. And we talked with Panthers coach Devin Johnson before the game in his 2nd year, first fall season.
Yeah.
You two have a history.
Yeah, he was. I coached a little college football, and he was at Westchester when I was there. And it's funny because you don't see each other for a long time. And he's got this. He did not have that big beard. I didn't have this big beard or this long hair when we were at Westchester. We were both much younger, but he's doing a great job there at Imhotep. Obviously, he cares a lot about those kids, and he said his job is to help those guys get to college.
A graduate of Central High School, and he works for the school district of Philadelphia for what is called the Gear Up program, where he helps those students get ready for college and a career readiness program. And then he said, I come here, and from a coaching standpoint, I'm trying to get these guys ready to go to college as well.
Yeah, really. I mean, that's what you want, right? The guy like that cares about the program, cares about the kids.
2nd down and 4 after the run by McLeod. Reverse here for Downing. Quickly cuts it back to the inside. He'll have a 1st down across the 45 as he's brought down by Huffman. A pickup of 5. They'll move the chains. You have been to Imhotep, and we mentioned it's in North Philadelphia, and was founded in the late 90s. And you said it was a really neat experience.
Yeah, it's a cool place, man. It definitely is. There's a lot of energy in that place. They're doing great things down there. From an aspect of getting those kids ready for college, in a safe environment where people care about them. It's a cool place.
An African-centered science, math, and technology learning center founded in 1998. There's McLeod, slips down a bit as he gets into Penn-Trafford territory. He'll be marked down at the 43-yard line. A gain of 11, another 1st down. He is starting to get things going.
Yeah, that's a nasty little play right there. They fake that jet sweep, and then they bring the counter back. And you get McLeod. Look at the way he runs. He got a little gimpy coming up there, but man, he is not a whole lot of fun to run into when he gets into the secondary.
He's carried 17 times tonight. He has not had a negative play on any of those carries. Here is number 18, and this will pick up positive yards as well, getting 3 to the 40. So now 18 carries, 109 yards for McLeod.
Solid night's work right there against a very, very good defense. And good job by Jack Jolly right there making the tackle on that same play. They came right back to it. The little jet sweep, the counter back coming the other way. McLeod had just creased them for a big gain, and Jolly wasn't fooled that time on the jet sweep action. Was sitting there waiting in his gap, made a nice tackle, and I'm sure the secondary is happy that McLeod didn't have 5-yard head start running through him.
Imhotep does not have to snap the football here, but it will with 2 seconds left in the quarter. They throw screen to Atkinson, and he was slipping as he tried to make the catch. It'll fall incomplete, and that will bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter in Hershey in the 5A championship. Same score as we had at halftime. Penn-Trafford 7, Imhotep Charter 6.
This 2021 PIAA Football Championship on PCN is brought to you in part by Alvernia University, Carndine Design Flooring, American Dairy Association Northeast, and by Wise Markets.
When you need care, you need it fast, but you need it done with a gentle hand. We make caring an active choice, so you feel it the moment you walk in the door or when you log in. Urgent caring means we always listen to your needs and put you at ease. No matter what you walk in for, we'll make getting better feel better. It's what we do, because every chance we get is a chance to show we care. MedExpress. Urgent caring.
Enjoying our programming? Please consider a tax-deductible donation to support our mission today. PCN is a 501c3 nonprofit television network dedicated to bringing Pennsylvania to you. PCN is everything Pennsylvania.
PCN is proud to bring you the Pennsylvania Farm Show coverage coming January 8th through the 15th. Get more information at PCNTV.com. We head to the fourth quarter here at Hershey. 7-6, Penn-Trafford leading Imhotep Charter. It is a 3rd and 7 for Imhotep. Panthers in black moving from right to left here in the fourth quarter. Give us to McLeod. McLeod close to the first down again with incredible extra effort as another tackle is made by Tarabrella.
He is going to be tired tomorrow. Again, there's that little jet sweep counter coming back, gets behind that big O line. He just keeps running. I love the way this kid plays football.
The last 2 playoff games against Cathedral Prep and Strathaven, he's run for over 380 yards and 3 touchdowns. And he's at 109 yards tonight. They'll measure for the first down. And he will pick it up.
Nice, tough run right there. Look at McLeod. I mean, look, they're getting their money's worth right now. McLeod's getting a lot of work.
2 touchdowns in the game, both near the end of the second quarter. Imhotep, a 12-yard run by Ramir Stewart's on a 4th down. They did not get the point after, and with 4 seconds left in the half, Cade Giacomelli from 2 yards out. Schlesinger the extra point. Here we are at 7-6. They're going to run the same play. Looks like Penn-Trafford's gone to school a little bit on this one. That doesn't mean you get him down easily.
Yeah, oh no, look, he's not going to go down easy. Again, he kind of wedges himself in there behind those big old offensive linemen right there, and then you lose them. They're able to get 2 yards on that. Not a lot compared to the last couple runs. Penn-Trafford does a good job, but they didn't have that jet motion going across that time to kind of move guys, and they've maybe worn that one out this series, at least at this point in time. But good job by Penn-Trafford. Again, this is where Penn-Trafford needs to be. You got to win on first down, stick it, keep them in that 2nd and long, 3rd and long situation.
2nd and 9. Cale Davis back to throw. Tosses the screen, and good pursuits as Beverly makes the catch and takes it to the 26-yard line. A gain of about 6. 3rd and 3. That's the type of passing play we were expecting from Imhotep.
That's exactly right. A little, lefty gets back here, a little screen action, throws it out there to Beverly, does a good job. Again, lowers his shoulder, runs through things, falls forward. Now he's at 3rd and 3, 2 down territory. Like you said earlier, they're not going to try the field goal. They're definitely not going to punt from here. So you've got 2 downs to get 3 yards.
3rd catch of the year for Beverly.
Until you jump off sides.
And we've seen that several times as Will Robinson was going to get that carry.
Prior to snap, false start. Number 7, 5-yard penalty. First down.
That is the 9th penalty against Imhotep Charter.
That's a killer. I mean, they still have the ability to get 8 yards and 2 downs with this running game, the way they're playing, or maybe pick the ball up and throw a quick little hitch or quick little out route to R.J. Atkinson out on the edge. But at the end of the day, you go from 3rd and 3 to 3rd and 8. There's a huge difference there in your play calling and what you can do. But you see, they got McLeod back in the game.
Defense scrambling around at the snap, and McLeod will take advantage. Big hole up the middle, and he is going to be a yard shy at the 24-yard line. And they're going to go quickly here.
Little ISO bend right there. They bring Maurice Beverly back away from where the both backs start to lead up on the linebacker, and McLeod's got a full head of steam.
Penn-Trafford's going to take a timeout. They were not set defensively on the third down play, and then you're going to go tempo on fourth down, and John Ruane says, all right, hold on here. Let's take a break.
Hold on. That's exactly right. Looks like we got a big fella down there on the ground, too, for Imhotep.
I think that's Kaleem Croswell, who was actually trying to get back on side. He was downfield. I think it's a shoe issue.
Yep, he took his gloves off. He's got to tie his shoe, put his shoe back on.
He's got some time to do that. Each team has used a timeout in the second half. 4th and 1. Imhotep failed on a fourth down situation on its last possession.
Yeah, so Penn-Trafford's feeling pretty good about that, right? You don't want to be in this down and distance right here.
I mean, you think that it's McLeod getting the ball, right? I mean, that's
absolutely
would not be a huge surprise if that happens, obviously.
No, it's just how are they going to do it, right? Are they going to run that little jet sweep with the counter coming back? They're going to run that kind of ISO bend where they come back to the bubble and ISO up on the linebacker there. But they're definitely giving McLeod the ball.
Beverly will be in there as well at fullback. McLeod's going to start on a wing right.
QB sneak.
Davis under center, and it is the quarterback sneak. Pile continues to inch forward, and it appears from the spot that they will have enough for the first down.
Gray, Wooten, Graham, that interior of that offensive line, they've been doing great work tonight. Just fall forward, get the first.
And they do get the first down yardage. So much for that philosophy of giving the ball to McLeod.
Well, yeah, McLeod's done plenty of work tonight, and I'm sure he's going to see the football here in the next couple of snaps.
10 plays on this drive for 43 yards. 1st and 10 at the 23. Out of the eye. McLeod. Again, just driving defenders backwards. He knocked Josh Hoffman off balance almost immediately.
He's so low to the ground. There's a little counter play, running the ball back away from the tight end, pulling one of the guards, leading out on the edge with the fullback. And then again, you got this guy that runs with pad level and strength and drive, running into your safeties all the time.
Gain of 5. Back to him again. Guy's just hanging on as he is inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal for the Panthers. That is his 23rd carry tonight. He does not have a negative run in the game.
That just gets old. That gets so old. You see guys right there not bringing their feet. You watch Huffman right there. You watch Tarabrella. You watch all these guys come up to make the tackle on McLeod. They're not bringing their feet. They're kind of leaning into it. It just gets tiring when you got a back running at you like that.
They'll go back to the eye, under center. McLeod to the 5. Declan Ochendowski, the senior defensive end, making the tackle.
You know, one of the things that says a lot about the offensive line for Imhotep is I think we got a player down there. It's McLeod. Hope he's just exhausted.
24 carries, 143 yards, 6 yards per carry. It'll be a 2nd and goal at the 5 with 7:44 to play in the 4th quarter.
Let's watch this run in here. Just gets, big body landing on top of him. Maybe cramped. I mean, look, he's getting plenty of work. You can cramp in the cold. There's no doubt about that. But, that was really the first tackle by a D lineman in quite a few series, which says a lot about the job the offensive line is doing up front. Good to see McLeod up. Looks like it was just a cramp. get him off the field, get him some water.
Mentioned our officiating crew tonight is out of District 11 in the Lehigh Valley. We want to say congratulations to the line judge, Fran Felchak, who is refereeing the final game in a 51-year career on the gridiron. He's been to a couple of state finals. He's officiated numerous district finals in football and basketball. Fran, 51 years. Congratulations. What a way to go out. Stewart back in there, and he will get his second touchdown of the night, carrying in from 5 yards out. Imhotep is back in front.
Great drive. Very similar to the one they had in the second quarter, right? Push the ball down the field. McLeod get a couple, win on a couple 4th and shorts, 3rd and shorts, and then get Stewart the football. He's fresh, comes in and runs through what is a tired Penn-Trafford defense.
Yeah, 14 plays.
Man, that's... Ugh.
They'll go for 2. Stewart still in there. And he will carry this one across for the 2-point conversion to make it a 14-7 game.
That's a tired defense right there. You could tell on that last play when Stewart went in for the 2 points. Even on the touchdown, they're not running. They're not getting off blocks. There's a little reverse right here. The little jet. They finally gave the ball on the jet. Here's the drive. Right, that sets up that counter that brings McLeod back, running vertical down the pipe of your defense.
And you're averaging 4 yards per play. You're just wearing down this defense.
Look at that, knocking people backwards. Stewart comes in, he's fresh, runs through a couple tackles to get into the end zone. That was a great drive by Imhotep.
Ramir Stewart came into tonight with 7 rushing touchdowns. He has added 2 on just 3 carries. And Imhotep back in front with 7.5 minutes to go. And the home sideline. Lots of energy right now. McLeod appears to be okay. But there is plenty of time left here.
And the last time that Imhotep had a drive like that, Penn-Trafford came back and answered. They just came out and marched down the field the same way. So that's what they got to do right here. You come out, you just 1 first down at a time, get the ball down the field, score, tie it up.
Now here's the other thing to consider. McLeod has been the kickoff man.
That's a good point.
It doesn't look like he's going to do that here. Rashawn Wright, a senior, and Keon Wiley both at the tee. Looks like it's Wiley putting the ball on the tee. Does James Franklin know about this part of his game?
Look, the more you can do.
Carter Green is in the middle of 3 return men. So go off the side of the foot and trickle out of bounds. And now we'll see if John Ruane will make them kick it again. We saw it last night.
Yeah,
I would certainly make him kick it away again.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Definitely make him kick it again.
Kick out of bounds. Kicking team. 5-yard penalty by rule. It'll be placed at the right hash. First down.
Oh.
So the ball will be placed at the 41-yard line. They will take the yardage on the kick and not make them kick over. We saw 3 consecutive kicks out of bounds last night, which greatly benefited field position for Bishop McDevitt.
Sideline warning. Imhotep Charter. That is their first warning and only for the game.
No harm, no foul right now.
You get the first one right. You tell everybody back up. Everybody settle down a little bit. A lot of times it's the coaches. You get in the official's way.
Giacomelli will take this snap from his own 41-yard line. Working left, trying to get outside and unable to do so. Jameer Reyes set the edge and did not let him turn that upfield.
Yeah, really nice play right there by Reyes. Getting upfield, kind of running the alley. You know, actually, he was up on the ball. He was playing the tight end right there.
Loss of a yard. It's 2nd down and 11. Carter Green 2 for 9 tonight for 25 yards. He has not completed a pass in the second half. They'll go out of the pistol, fake to Iacomelli, throwing on the run and unable to make the adjustment is Kalkstein. And it's now a 3rd and 11.
Yeah, this is kind of definitely not where you wanted to be coming out on. You get stopped on 1st down. Imhotep does a great job. Reyes does a good job getting Iacomelli down on 1st down for a loss. You win on 1st down on defense, right? And now you come out on 2nd and long. Good call. They've had some success with that play right there. Carter Green just not quite able to get the ball down the field well enough to connect. Now you're in a 3rd and long situation, you know, playing against a very, very good defensive line.
3rd and 11. Green looking left the whole way, flushed out of the pocket and just throws that toward the sideline. And again, is there somebody in the area? As it was White with the pressure, he is hobbling off the field.
I think he kind of hobbled a little bit earlier. And these guys they're squeezing the pocket. There's good pressure from the inside out there. White does a good job, and that may be a cramp, hopefully.
And it's definitely intentional grounding.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, he flipped that ball out of bounds, right? He felt White coming after him and just got rid of the football.
It's 5 yards from the spot of the foul, plus a loss of down. The ball is moved back to the 27-yard line. It is 4th and 24. Huffman to punt, Downing to receive.
It's a nice roll.
Going to go all the way to the 27-yard line. 46-yard punt will step aside. Down to 6:21 to play in the 5A championship. Imhotep has the lead and the ball when we return to Hershey in a moment.
What makes a bank? Busy branches, hidden fees, these, and of course these. That's why PSECU is not like your typical bank. We're the member-owned digital alternative that puts people over profits, with over 450,000 savers and spenders. And while we don't do these, we will treat you to financial tips and tools. Because when you gain the confidence to achieve your goals, that's us achieving ours. PSECU. Members achieve more.
Test your trivia knowledge as PCN travels to Crawford County this December. Here is your chance to win an exclusive PCN prize box. Learn more at PCNTV.com. 6:21 to play 4th quarter. Imhotep Charter leads 14-7. Jack Jolly, number 19 for Penn-Trafford, a 6'1", 210-pound inside linebacker, is raising money to purchase bulletproof vests for the Penn Township Police Department. Tacklesforthevest.com. You can go, you can make a pledge, like $1 a tackle, cost you $8 tonight, and 77 for the season, because those are his tackle totals. But how about that? A young man raising money for bulletproof vests. Again, tacklesforthevest.com. You can pledge, or you can just make a straight donation.
I like it.
Pretty cool.
Great idea.
Community
Absolutely.
awareness.
Yeah, definitely.
More than just football.
It's a good football player, too. It's a lot of tackles.
2nd down and 5. McLeod is back in there. He will get the carry, and he will be stood up by Daniel Tarabrella. That is the first negative run of the night for Trey McLeod.
It took a while. Tarabrella got him. That's a really nice play. Yeah, there's that little counter action. You see Tarabrella right there. Again, gets downhill, fills the A gap, pads down, and tackled McLeod's legs. That's important. Right? You tackle a guy like McLeod up high and you see what happens. You just get run through because he's so low to the ground already. And he drives his legs so well. You know, what's a guy run with? He runs with his legs. Take the legs out. You can't go anymore.
Tarabrelli would cost you a little more money tonight. He's got 12 tackles. He's had a fantastic game. And coming in as H-back as well after the injury to Haynes. 3rd down and 6. They go sweep to Downing. He'll be shy. And this is a big decision right now for Devin Johnson on his own side of the field on a 4th and about 1.5 yards.
Yeah, and he's got to feel good about his defense. Little jet sweep. They finally ran it right here. And watch who makes a tackle. Carter Green, quarterback, punt returner, kickoff returner, safety, lacrosse player.
45 tackles on the year. He's got 10 tackles. Imhotep 2 for 3 on 4th down. Will Robinson is the tailback. Play clock at 5.
Maybe a hard count
here. Panthers will take a timeout with 4:11 to play. Let's see what Devin Johnson decides to do, a product of Central High School in Philadelphia, right near LaSalle University, off of Olney Avenue. LaSalle's at 20th and Olney, literally right down the street is Central High School. And then we mentioned he went to Westchester.
He's done a great job with this, in the short time in the program. And it was probably good, first-year head coach, right? Getting that spring ball season, even for him, was probably a good thing, right? You get your feet wet in a kind of a weird year, but you got a couple games under your belt. We were talking out there on the field before the game during warm-ups. He said it was a lot like spring ball in college. Everybody got some reps, and then you roll into the regular season.
And seniors got tape.
Yes, which is important.
11 of the 14 seniors went on to play college.
Yeah, and that's awesome.
Davis to punt. Very high kick. Green calls for the fair catch and loses the football, but he may have been interfered with at the 30-yard line as the flag comes in.
Like Reyes got a little close there, number 9.
There have been no turnovers in this game.
So there's the fair catch. Yeah. I think you have to give more room than that to catch the football. I was never on either of these teams as a football player, though, so I don't know the rules on that part.
I know you didn't return punts.
No,
that's for sure.
Definitely did not return punts. I did not run down the field and tackle people.
Kick interference on the kicking team. 15 yards from the spot of foul. First down.
And that's the thing. It's 15. Yeah. So now, just like that, you're out at the 46-yard line.
And it was a great punt. I mean, that thing was up in the air, hung for a while. Coach Johnson not happy about that. Understandably so. Again, you kind of flip the field, you pin him, you got 4 minutes left.
They moved the flag back to the 29, not the 31, so now 44-yard line, but still excellent field position. 4 minutes to play. Penn-Trafford has 2 timeouts remaining. Green looking for Iacomelli. Great coverage downfield as Mekhi Sutton, the senior, was right with him.
You don't want to see Penn-Trafford kind of, panic's not the right word, right? But get out of what they do. And they're a running football team. They got plenty of time. They got 2 timeouts. Right? You want to eat the clock. You want to move the ball down the field, eat the clock, and score.
That was, in essence, quarterback play action because he pretended he was going to run and then just kind of slides back and looks downfield for the big hitter.
Yeah, and usually when you do that, you want to throw that ball inside, to your number 2 receiver, the tight end or somebody like that, because those are the guys that are going to be affected by that quarterback run.
Iacomelli gets the carry on 2nd down, and he is hauled down by Keon Wiley at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5. It's 3rd and 5.
That's who Penn-Trafford is. Hand the ball off to Iacomelli. Let him get 5 yards. Right now, do it again. And this is definitely 2-down territory here, right? You're down 7, 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter of state championship game.
Well, John Ruane said, we're excited to be here, but it's not just we're excited to be here.
And that's the exact right answer to that question.
We're here to win. Green on 3rd and 5 with a big throw complete for a first down at the 40-yard line, right into the number 7 of Liam Heilman.
Nice job there by Green. It's a nice little route, little dig route, comes inside here, man-to-man coverage. And that was a nice pass by Carter Green, who has not been really accurate tonight. He's overthrown a lot of balls, thrown them underneath, and that was a nice pass right there.
His first completion of the second half, a gain of 11, first down at the 40. Green sets up a screen for Iacomelli, has some blockers down that left sideline. Inside the 30, Talik Burton will make the tackle after a gain of 13. They'll move the chains again.
Man, Carter Green did a great job of just kind of floating that thing over Anai White's head. Watch, he jumps over there, you don't see it, and you get the big fellas out in front. That's a nice finish right there by Iacomelli. But that was a nice call right there. I like that little screen pass.
2.5 to play, 7-point game. Green rolling right. Throwing along the sideline. Catch is made, but it's ruled incomplete as Seth Dunlap was out of bounds.
Nice catch by Dunlap, but a really, really nice job by the defensive back there to run him out of bounds after he catches the football.
Dunlap's brother Gabe was Penn-Trafford's quarterback in 2018 and 19, first 1,000-yard passer and runner in a single season. The second is Carter Green.
Nice job by Rashawn right there, the cornerback number 2.
Second down and 10. 27-yard line. Iacomelli motions out. Green looking on a quick hitter to Jack Jolly, who could not hang on. And it's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, nice play by Maurice Beverly right there, linebacker. Reading the quarterback's eyes, getting underneath it. You see him right there in the middle. Right, he makes a nice little play on that thing. Maybe he got a little hook of the arm there, but nice play by Beverly. Good eyes.
John Ruane agreeing with you. He was looking for a flag.
It looked like he might have hooked him a little bit. I think it was Conlon Green he was trying to find the tight end. Nice play by Beverly.
3rd and 10. 5 receiver set. Green throws incomplete. Intended target was Heilman. It's now 4th and 10.
I'm a little confused here by why they're throwing the football so much. You know, they have plenty of time right now, and they have run the ball with some success. I know it stops the clock on the incomplete, but you put yourself in a situation where now it's 4th and 10, and this is not what you do really, really well.
This is Penn-Trafford's first 4th down conversion opportunity. Opponents are just 7 for 32 on 4th down against Imhotep Charter. 5 to snap. 4th and 10. Green sets. He's going for it all into the end zone. Penalty flags fly as Iacomelli was the intended receiver.
We got Mekhi Sutton out there on Iacomelli. They roll away. He's trying to throw it back to Iacomelli right there, and Sutton definitely was there a little early. There was some contact.
Pass interference on the defense. Half the distance to the goal. 13.5. First down.
Well, Iacomelli, as we mentioned earlier, had a 92-yard touchdown catch against Moon in the district final. And now you can start fresh. You're at the 13-yard line. You've got 2:05 to play, 2 timeouts, so everything's available.
Yeah, and you can get a first down. I mean, you again, run your offense here if you're Penn-Trafford. Don't get out of whack.
Empty backfield. It'll be Green on first down. Gets 3 to the 10.
I do think you need to move with a little bit of sense of urgency, though, if you're Penn-Trafford's offense right now.
White makes the tackle. Green over to the sideline to get the play call. And you're already thinking, I'm sure, if you're John Ruane, all right, if we score, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Are we playing for overtime or are we playing for the trophy right here?
Oh, man.
They got to get there first. They're 11 yards shy.
Make that
Giacomelli on the jet sweep. Quickly cuts it inside and dives to the 5. And close to the first down at the 4-yard line.
I like that. Little jet sweep. Giacomelli unbalanced, got everybody over there to the right, getting your best player with a full head of steam, handling the football, get him up the field.
3rd and short, a minute 5 to go. Green under center, gets pushed backwards, but he should have enough for the first down at the 3. They have not stopped the clock as of yet. And now they will, with 49 seconds to play.
Little QB sneak, again, they stuff everything up. Maurice Beverly,
wow.
Yeah.
Looked like from the initial spot that he had enough.
Yeah.
49 seconds to play. It's either 1st and goal or 4th and short. First down. And again, with 2 timeouts, you can do whatever you want here.
Plenty of time, 2 timeouts.
Giacomelli with Green split out to the right. Left side, lowers the shoulder, gets to the 2, and Penn-Trafford will take one of those 2 timeouts remaining. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Everybody catch their breath a little bit.
The 2 toughest yards of the season.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
36 seconds to play. Penn-Trafford 3 times before this year got to the WPIAL championship game. They lost to Upper St. Clair in 1997. They fell to Pittsburgh Central Catholic in 2015, and they lost to Gateway, John Ruane's alma mater, in 2017. They finally broke through this year, and it's a milestone here. It's the 50th season of football at the school, and they're knocking on the door to perhaps win a state title.
This is huge. It's a huge moment for these kids, for this coaching staff, for the school. And you're sitting here trying to do it against a really, really good Imhotep defense. You know, and down here as the field kind of shrinks, you know, this is really about, hey, can my O-line remove the defensive line from the line of scrimmage? Can my best player run through some tackles and make a play?
Imhotep is giving up 5 points a game.
Carter Green is not on the field.
Conlon Green is going to take this snap. Giacomelli in motion. He's going to jump, throw it back in the end zone, touchdown! Jack Jolly to make it a 1-point game.
What do you do? It looks like they're going to kick it. Good call. That's a good play. Little pop pass, the old Tebow. You got the big quarterback in there. Everybody's eyes are on him. They anticipate him running forward with a full head of steam. Stops and throws the ball to Jack Jolly. Touchdown. Nice drive.
Schlesinger has missed 1 extra point all year, does not miss, and we are tied with 34 seconds to play in the 4th quarter.
Whew. It's good stuff. I like it.
Conlon Green is now 5 for 9 on the year for 2 touchdowns. Jack Jolly with his 8th catch of the year, 2 of them touchdowns.
See how number 8 right there, right? That's Stewart, right? He sees Conlon Green start creeping toward the line of scrimmage as soon as he snaps the football, and all he does is step up. It doesn't take much. And that's a good job by Colin Green, not overthrowing it, not making no mistakes.
And if you think he's going to run, you got to get there. He's 6'4", 240.
He's a big person. He's a big person.
Which also gives him a little bit of a better look to throw
nice
that ball.
And tall, that's exactly right. Just flip that thing over there.
34 seconds to play. Last state final to go overtime, the Class A game in 2019. Farrell beat Bishop Guilfoyle 10-7. Eight previous championship games have gone beyond regulation. Need some kick coverage here, and they will get it as Saheem Williams-Rockymore is brought down shy of the 20-yard line.
Nice. Dom Smith, number 6, gets down there and makes the tackle. Kalkstein comes down and makes the tackle. That's good coverage right there. That's exactly what you needed, because that squib kick went a little long. You don't want that thing to get all the way back there to the kickoff returners.
Imhotep has 1 timeout remaining. Again, field goal pretty much not an issue. Davis has completed 5 of 7 tonight, but it's only for 34 yards.
Yeah, but they've been important yards. He's got a couple key first downs. He's connected with Atkinson a couple times to keep the chains moving.
They'll give the ball to McLeod. McLeod will try and get out of bounds, and he does so at the 26-yard line. That's a gain of 8, down to 23 seconds to play. He's a threat to break one at any time.
Yeah, he's smart. I mean, he just gets to the second level so fast. I mean, he doesn't dance around. He is downhill and violent with the way he runs.
Second and 2. Miles in at fullback. Davis scrambling is going to run and get escorted out of bounds by Tarabrella. It'll be a first down at the 30-yard line. Clock will stop with 17 seconds to play.
Yeah, I mean, look, they're not getting the big chunk play right now, but the nice thing is they're stopping the clock without having to burn that last time out.
Wide receiver each way. McLeod still fighting for extra yards, loses the football. With 5 seconds to play, the clock continues to run, and regulation is run out. It looks like Imhotep was able to recover the football. It appeared that it was Kaleem Croswell, the offensive lineman, who came up with it.
Man, I mean, look at that run. This guy just doesn't stop. He's just running. They're trying to strip the ball, right? But at the end of the day, get him down. Ball comes out. Oh, right there. Carter Green rolls right over the football.
So that is the end of regulation. We'll have a 3-minute break here. We'll come back with overtime in the 5A game. It is 14-14. Penn-Trafford and Imhotep Charter in Hershey on PCN.
Because. 2 syllables, 7 letters, so much meaning. Because is an explanation, an answer to the question, why? It connects where we've been to where we're going. And at Highmark, the road ahead is altogether new. We are reinventing healthcare because it can be simpler, smoother, because it can do more. Get ready for healthcare that goes beyond care. Because life. Highmark, Blue Shield.
Ever wonder what it's like to live in Crawford County, Pennsylvania? Join us in December to uncover every corner of a region rich with history, culture, nature, all waiting for you in Crawford County. Explore the Keystone State with PCN, one neighborhood at a time. Watch Pennsylvania's Neighborhood, Crawford County, December 13th through the 17th. Visit PCNTV.com for more. PCN is everything Pennsylvania.
The PIAA moved to 6 classifications in 2016. This is the first time the 5A game will go overtime. Again, 8 previous championship games decided beyond regulation. The first year of state football title games was 1988. This one is 14-14. Both teams scored touchdowns at the end of the first half. It was Ramir Stort's a 12-yard run for Imhotep with 3:29 to play in the half. They did not convert. Then Cade Giacomelli scored on a 2-yard run with 4 seconds left in the half. Nathan Schlesinger's extra point made it 7-6 at halftime. No scoring in the third quarter. To the fourth quarter, it was Stort again from 5 yards out with 7.5 minutes to go. He did get in for 2 to make it 14-7 with 34 seconds left. Jolly, a 2-yard pass from Green, extra point good.
Okay, gentlemen, welcome to overtime.
To tie the game.
Overtime. Winner of the toss is going to have the choice of offense, defense, or end of the field. It's always first and goal, and if the defense gets the ball, they cannot score. Okay? Any other questions? There's also 1 timeout.
Penn-Trafford is the visiting team, so we will get the coin toss call here in overtime. The ball will be placed at the 10-yard line.
Penn-Trafford, you are the visitors. Heads, tails, heads, tails. Your choice.
Heads.
Heads is called. It is a tail. Imhotep Charter, you've won.
So Imhotep now can decide whether to go on offense or defense. Most teams pick defense.
Yep. Yeah, you want
so
to know.
You know what you need to do when you get the ball.
Yeah, you know what you need to match, at least.
And the other thing to keep in mind is no kicker for Imhotep Charter.
Yeah.
At least we haven't seen one tonight. Let's put it that way. I shouldn't presume that.
Imhotep Charter has won the toss. They will play defense. We will play at this end of the field.
So Penn-Trafford will have the ball first and goal at the 10. And as you heard from Mike Clembera, if the defense creates a turnover, you cannot score off that turnover.
But the set is over. You keep them out.
Each team will get the ball once per overtime session, and each team gets 1 timeout per overtime session.
State title in overtime.
And we'll see what John Ruane decides to do here. He has given the ball to Giacomelli 19 times tonight. They have completed just 5 of 18 passes in the game.
Kind of feel like you answered the question there. I mean, I would give the ball to Giacomelli in some way, shape, or form.
He's going to be in the Wildcat here with Carter Green split out to the right. Slot to the left. Giacomelli cuts it back to the inside and will get to the 6, a gain of 4. It's 2nd and goal.
It's a nice little run right there. Good job. A little zone blocking up front. Big fellas on big fellas. Giacomelli does a good job. He sees the edges set. He's not able to get out around the corner. And what's important there is he put his foot in the ground and went vertical and gained a couple yards. Instead of trying to push it out around the edge and possibly losing a couple, now you've at least got 4 yards. You're 2nd and 6.
Same formation. 2nd and goal from the 6. Giacomelli reaches out and is down to the 2. 3rd and goal. Don't know if we'll see it, but Nathan Schlesinger is 10 for 11 in field goals this year, which is a great number in high school. The 10 field goals, a single season school record.
Yeah.
But I got to think it's, again, 2 downs to get 2 yards.
Yeah, definitely. Especially, with, they've got 4, they got 2. Giacomelli.
He's at 100 yards exactly. 12th time he has reached that mark in 15 games.
And really right now, all they're doing is just basically putting as many guys there on the line of scrimmage as possible. And Giacomelli just reads the defense, figures out where the crease is.
Looked like they moved early.
That's not good.
Offense, number 75. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Now 3rd and goal at the 7.
Man, that hurts.
Penalty number 6 on the Warriors.
Let's see that kicker now. That's a tough one right there. That's a tough break. You got 2 really nice plays. Giacomelli gets you down to the 2-yard line. Big fella jumps off sides.
Carter Green will come back in at quarterback. Empty backfield. Trips to the left. 3rd and goal from the 7. They try to throw the screen underneath for Seth Dunlop. Nothing there. And now it's 4th and goal. And Schlesinger will come onto the field. His shortest make this year, is 30 yards.
Wow. He was thumping the ball in warm-ups. That ball got tipped. It was either Maurice Beverly, might have been Keon Wiley. They were trying to set up a little tunnel screen right there and bring the receiver underneath that, released all the linemen. D lineman got his hands up and tipped that football.
This will be a 24-yarder for the lead. Oh, by the way, Carter Green is also the holder.
Of course he is.
His kick is up and it is good from 24 yards out. So Imhotep needs a touchdown to win it here in overtime.
Yeah, and going back to your point earlier, they don't really have a kicker. So it's kind of their only option at this point.
11th field goal of the year for Nathan Schlesinger. Now Imhotep will have it 1st and goal at the 10.
Do you get a little McLeod here? Do you bring Stewart in, who's been really effective, inside the 5?
Yeah, he's been the guy.
Yeah.
Deep in the red zone. He scored both touchdowns.
Yeah, and you look, and there's Stewart in the backfield right there.
And no McLeod.
No McLeod. No Davis.
An early start.
Yikes.
Prior to snap, false start. Number 56. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
That is the 12th penalty on Imhotep. 1st and goal at the 15.
It took everybody a while to settle in the first quarter. There was a lot of nerves, a lot of anxiousness, and some penalties, and now you're in overtime for a state title.
Stewart's a little hesitation here. He is hit by Josh Huffman. Gets to the 10-yard line. Now, if there is a turnover, the game is over.
Yes. It looked like they jumped off sides on the first one, and the center snapped the ball early on that one. That was the hesitation. Stewart got the ball, and nobody in front of him moved right there.
2nd and goal at the 10. Stewart and Burton in the backfield. Bad snap. They've got to recover it to keep the game alive, and they will, but back at the 25-yard line. It is 3rd and goal.
Snare snapped the ball. Nobody was ready for that. Stewart wasn't ready for that. Again, you don't have your quarterback in there right now. They did score twice, right, with Stewart back there playing that kind of wildcat quarterback.
Now it's 3rd and goal at the 26. As As I mentioned earlier, they have thrown for 34 yards in the game.
Yeah.
Davis is back in. Play clock is already down to 5. Imhotep does have a timeout, and they will take it. Penn-Trafford has won 10 in a row since a 2-2 start. Imhotep has won 9 straight since its only loss to LaSalle College. We talked about it last night. LaSalle lost to 3 teams that have made it to Hershey.
Yeah, LaSalle's, they got some creatures on that team too. We caught them in 2020 because we needed a game to open up during the little COVID season we played in the fall. Man, they were good. But they're not here. Playing for a state title in overtime.
2 more games tomorrow, noon and 6. The 3A game is at 12, a rematch of last year. Central Valley and Wyomissing. Mike Zambelli, Jim Wills have the call of that one. 6 o'clock, it is the 6A game. Mount Lebanon out of District 7, the 5th Whippeal team, will make its first appearance against St. Joe's Prep. Brandon will be joined by Doug Heater for that one here in PCN. Davis on 3rd and goal, throwing for Atkinson, and he is covered by Tarabrella. It'll be 4th and goal at the 26.
Davis sits in the pocket. He's got a strong arm. That's a nice ball. Tarabrella might have been in there a little early with that left arm, but that was good, tight coverage. Davis had a tiny little window to put that ball.
Certainly, Imhotep would gladly take a defensive penalty that gives them an automatic first down.
Well, that's one of those deals where you immediately look around, right, and wait for that yellow hanky to fly. But this is it right here.
It's 4th and season. McLeod is split out to the right. Make that Atkinson split out to the right. Davis scrambling. He'll be sacked, and that'll do it. Penn-Trafford will win its first state title as Conlon Green brings down Davis to end the game.
What a football game.
Penn-Trafford in its 50th anniversary season, its first trip to the championship, will take home the gold, beating Imhotep Charter in overtime 17-14 with a great defensive effort.
Yeah, that was great defense all around, and right there you got Conlon Green does a great job keeping Davis in the pin. They only rushed 3, they dropped 8. That was good, smart. 4th and 26. And a great football game.
His 9th sack of the year will bring home the gold trophy to Westmoreland County. 17-14. Penn-Trafford wins in overtime. We'll come back and wrap it up right after this.
I'm Dave Williams, your host here in Pennsylvania Country Roads. Come join me as we travel throughout the countryside of Pennsylvania, places that you love to see, the people you love to meet, and of course, the many wonderful things that go on in our state. All this and much more every Sunday morning at 7 a.m. on PCN TV.
In overtime in 5A, Penn-Trafford beats Imhotep Charter 17-14 here in Hershey. Our player of the game is Penn-Trafford's running back, Cade Iacomelli, who was certainly a workhorse throughout this one here tonight, Brandon.
Yeah, they got their money's worth out of him, and the Badgers have a really, really good football player coming to him on both sides of the ball. Iacomelli did a great job, caught the ball, got some tough yards, played safety, made a lot of tackles. Just a tremendous effort by both sides. I mean, this was a really, really good football game. 2 really good teams. Penn-Trafford happened to win this one, but
Iacomelli with 21 carries for 100 yards and a touchdown as he gets to 100 yards in a game for the 12th time this season.
Yeah, you see him here. They did a little, wildcat with him and just let him kind of run the football wherever he could find some space, and they got a little split zone action, which was successful early in the game. Imhotep did a great job shutting that down later, but that shows you the kind of runner he is right there, the kind of power he has, speed and vision. He finds a hole, runs right through the tackle right there. I love that. And then catches a little screen right here.
They just used him in so many ways here offensively.
Really creative.
He is our player of the game, sponsored by Lebanon Valley College. Listed #1 in Pennsylvania for job placement, Lebanon Valley College will get you career ready. Visit the campus and find out why their students are so successful. Undergraduate and graduate programs available for traditional and adult learners. Visit lvc.edu. Down to the field in the trophy presentation.
We would ask that Penn-Trafford please come back to the field for your trophy presentation. At this time, we would ask that Kate Giacomelli, Carter Green, Jed Jolie, and Declan Ochudowski please step forward as District 7 Treasurer Mike Allison presents you with the 2021 PIAA 5A Championship Trophy. Congratulations to the Warriors of Penn-Trafford High School.
Penn-Trafford will finish the year at 13-2, winning its last 11 games. Imhotep will fall in the finals for the 4th consecutive appearance, 6th time here overall. The Panthers' 9-game winning streak comes to an end. They finish at 11-2 on the year. The two really good teams and a really entertaining 5A finale here tonight.
Yeah, a couple really great defenses went out there and battled it out against a couple offenses that can run the football, and that's exactly what you expect. 17-14 in overtime. It was a great football game.
They had a police escort from Heinz Field back to the high school after they won the district championship. I can only imagine what it's going to be like getting back to Harrison City tonight in their 50th anniversary season. 2 more to go tomorrow noon. It's the 3A game. Wyomissing in Central Valley. 6 o'clock we wrap up championship weekend with the 6A game with St. Joe's Prep taking on Mount Lebanon. For Brandon Noble and our entire PCN crew, Steve Degler saying so long from Hersheypark Stadium. The final score tonight in overtime in Class 5A, Penn-Trafford wins its first title in school history, beating Imhotep Charter by a score of 17-14.